无论遇上什么队伍，我们也可以打得有来有回。
晋不晋级无所谓，但是一定要打出自己平时备战的训练状态，然后不要有遗憾。
Let's just enjoy the game，
然后不要有遗憾。
Let's just enjoy the game，
然后不要有遗憾。
Fiercely battled for a power that granted them life, but cursed them with ruin. Wait! Oh, no, this story is too cliché. Maybe we can find inspiration from other stories. Hey, that might work. Got it. Woo! Oh. This story is adventurous, but lacks excitement. How about this one? This is too much. It needs more fun. How about this? Like the thrust of a spear in battle. No one can tell my story but me!
I'm born to stay, ay. This is my chest and my bonus play. Can't be late, one hesitate. What do you say? Grace to find my face, scars to find my skin. I can't convince them, can't please them unless that I'm the one that you hate. Hey, should he on it? Doing it for real, I found my goal. From the ashes out of the game, blow with a rumble, make them
加油啊！真的是掌握不了自己的。你听得到吗？有没有声音？我的声音啊，我的声音。你是哦 ，Ray。Hello to every viewer.
My story.
The moment.
A story of honor. A story of bravery. A story of heroes.
Hello. Hello, welcome to all viewers. Hello, welcome to the stream. Now we will have a short interval before the tournament starts at about 2:50 based on the timing now. Yes. My Discord site.
You want to be strong? Learn from the pro now. When you're attacking a tower, you might accidentally target an enemy. Or when attempting a tower dive, you end up targeting the tower and minions instead. Professional players execute such impressive moves effortlessly. While you may feel overwhelmed and get killed by the tower, your control settings might be holding you back. Change the recommended basic controls to advanced. This activates extra basic attack buttons for minions and towers. Turn on show enemy avatars to accurately select the enemy's avatar for the kill, and better assess vision exposure. Give it a try and play as smoothly as a pro, easily crushing the enemy faction. Learn from the pro. Learn more from Honor of Kings Global Esports.
All I need is a target.
Lane stealers only bring frustration to a team. The team will be at a disadvantage and players will not enjoy the match. We are also players. We know the problem doesn't lie with the good players. Therefore, based on feedback, we created the lane pre-pick system. Players will choose the lanes they want to play before looking for a match. The system will take these preferences into account and find suitable matches so that everyone can enjoy the game. To combat lane stealers, everyone has a chance to create a better gaming environment by reporting them and making the Gorge a better place. With this system, finding a balanced team is no longer a problem, but a practice in innovation.
Hey man, browser sound louder and you're tuning it down a bit. Is louder? Okay, wait, I check my
most played mobile MOBA, featuring intense and fair team-based battles, high-end graphics.
Evade, tell me if it's better. Is it better? Because I cannot check Discord and my thing at the same time. Hello, welcome to the Twitch viewer. Hey, the Discord viewer. 越看乐器对我看这个今天在如果你也在你的发售不是现在都被没办法啊，他们因为是新手嘛，所以他们需要这样发。 打团打不过，这就不知道。他们只是因为那些新手以为手约好玩，所以他们要秀那个2技能命中率，他们不会补攻。Are you just mumbling? No, I'm not. Hello, hello. New can you hear me? I need to adjust my OBS. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, you need to. Okay, can. Thank you. Fair matchmaking. Haha. Wow. matchmaking balance。没有，因为我是在YouTube 上也是有直播，所以我需要看这边的那个 chat 还有 YouTube 的。没有 matchmaking balance，对啊。Click towards the right one.
HonorOfKings, where players from all over the world can realize their dreams of high-level competitive gameplay.
Yeah, that's why I feel we should ask a second person to check the Discord chat because quite inconvenient if like this. Because if I connect on phone my Discord, then the stream will stop on App Gallery. Yeah, I using my phone for the YouTube chat.
These systems combine to form the game's ecosystem, building a stage for players from all over the world to shine. This is what HonorOfKings means to us.
We look forward to meeting you in Hero's Job.
As we come together as one strong,
Okay, I try. My YouTube router, okay, wait hold on. Hello. Can you hear the YouTube? Louder, hello. Because I don't want it to overlap my voice.
Learn from the pro. Learn more from HonorOfKings Global Esports.
That's already halfway. I'm YouTube. Yeah. Okay, I put like this. Can. But can still hear me, right? Yeah, very clear. Okay, good. Then we shall keep it this way for the next few days. Tell you about Okay, can. Thanks. I think just keep these settings for the next few days lah. It's easier that way. Because it'll be a long way before I get a proper mic. Okay, just starting in a bit. Do you lower the PC browser volume? Mine is actually quite loud. Like my normal laptop volume. For me, for my ears lah. And that's 0 to 100. Yeah. Oh yeah. The audio mixer, why? But if it's okay now, I think don't touch it. What the hell is this? Oh, you tune it down on OBS. I tuned it down a bit on OBS lah. Can still be loud. Okay, can.
东南亚赛区的操作手法上面都是比较厉害的，对于我们来说其实也是蛮有压力的。
Yeah, but then on OBS. I increased it by 10 dB already.
比较担心那个老对手 LGD 吧，因为我们平时训练赛跟他们打起来，感觉他们比较厉害。
因为我们确实比别人厉害一点。
I just want to say, don't scare about us. We are same human being, so we are only 10 finger.
Plus 5, okay, can.
Don't scare about us.
虽然你们老干爹很厉害，但是我相信我的队伍不会让自己失望。
去年的 KW 决赛我们输给了他们，今年我要赢回来，
打你们像喝水。
How's it now?
如果遇到我们会2比0拿下你们。
无论遇上什么队伍，我们也可以打得有来有回。
晋不晋级无所谓，但是一定要
Okay, can.
自己平
I keep
时
this
备
setting
战
for
的
the
训
rest
练
of the
状
days.
态，然后不要有遗憾。
Let's just enjoy the game.
Oh,
Give the
that one
fans
was
a good
casting back. Okay, guys, we're starting in 40 seconds, guys. Okay, ensure you talk close to your mouth. Yeah, I'm holding my mic.
Oh, no, this story is too cliche. Maybe we can find
Already
inspiration
covered
from
it,
other
but
stories.
can. Thank you.
Hey, that might work. Got it. This story is adventurous, but lacks excitement. How about this one?
Okay, we are last 10 seconds and we're going to the tournament.
Fight right now. Danny going in the lead.
Well, opened by Bang doing the hook. Time damage from Danny as well, taking the win sheet as well. Niap is looking.
Nivane, I'm here as the moderator for the day. Thank you, Nivane, for coming over to moderate. Thank you very much for your kind support.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Honor of Kings Season 2 Invitational.
So as
Today
we know,
you have myself,
there's
Blam,
the HOK
and with
Invitational
me, a
Season
friendly
2
face
comprising
from
of
Season
the
1
top few
Invitational.
teams from
It is
each
Zero.
region that
How's it
will
going,
be
mate?
competing.
It's great to be back here, Blam.
Malaysia,
It has been
KL,
a while
and
since
Samuel
we've had
between
the Season
today,
1 Invitational.
July 7
And, you know, we've been
fight
kept on
for
our
their
feet
spot
waiting
as
for
the top
this moment
8
to come,
team
and the
to
days
qualify
are
for the
finally
mid-season
here. We're gonna
invitationals
have the
in Riyadh.
Season 2
Held
Invitational
at
happening
Riyadh
throughout
in
this
early
entire
August.
few weeks, so it's gonna be a
Here you can
blast
tune down the-
alongside with you
okay.
here, Blam. So it finally.
And 13 amazing teams to play for that
also
top
commented. Oh, yeah.
prize. And obviously,
It's more of a
the top
watch
8
party. I'm
teams
not
that
really
do
going to
go
comment
through
it
in
and
each of these
cast.
groups get to go to EWC
But yeah.
MSI as well. So there's plenty more to play for in Season 2 compared
lot
to
lower.
Season 1. And we're going to be seeing some friendly faces and some new faces overall in the Season 2 Invitational as well.
Yeah, this is the first time, you know, we've had, you know, so many regions joining in one single tournament is going to be a blast. It's going to be an eye-opening experience for all of these players who's
So in a
might have
sense,
not known, how the
I'll
other
give some
regions play,
personal
what sort of meta they're
takes on
playing.
what
So
I will
this
be
entire clash of
expecting from
styles.
some of the
Season one we
regions.
had a little bit
So
of
for the more veteran regions like
similarities
Malaysia,
with the different regions,
Myanmar,
but
Hong Kong,
right now we have
obviously it'll
Southeast
be
Asia.
a
We've
tough
got
content.
the Hong Kong Macau
There'll be
Taiwan
tough
region. We've
contesters
got,
for the
players from all around the world,
Okay.
and they are all gathered here
So
to find
for
out
the
who will be
countries and
taking the
regions
top
with more
spots
experience
this
with like
season 2
HOK in terms of China version
Yeah,
or like
really
global
exciting
version,
times,
I feel
really
that
exciting
they
for
will
all
be
these
strong
teams to
contenders
finally
against the other
get
teams
head
that
to
are
head.
newer to
It's
the
gonna
games like
be a
Brazil,
great
PH,
8 days, to
and
be honest.
Indo. But
Definitely gonna
obviously,
be a
any
lot
team stands an
more
equal chance
action-packed than
and footing
season
based
one,
on
like
how
you
they have
were alluding
practiced
to there,
leading up to now and
Zero.
how they
But the
draft and
all-important
many other
thing that
factors
they
that
are
may
all
affect the
fighting
players.
for is
As this
this
is an
prize pool. So
offline
first
event,
place gets that
so
100,000
some of them may be
USD. Second
nervous or
place
like
is for
overly excited and
40,000
make
USD.
mistakes.
Third and fourth is at 25K.
Hello, welcome.
Fifth and eighth place is 15K, and then
So this is
ninth
the
to the
prize pool. As
13th
we can
place
see,
will be
the
your
champions of
10K
this tournament will win
USD.
100,000
So
USD.
a lot of
Second
money
place
there,
40,000.
and obviously
Third and fourth will
we
share
saw that
25,000.
BKS took
Fifth to
season
8,
one Invitational
15,000, and the
top
rest
spot.
will
Are they going to be able to
be rewarded with
maintain
10,000
and
USD.
retain that championship
Okay, the
crown
Invitationals just
going
started.
to
Yes,
the
hi
end
Sana,
of
welcome.
season 2?
No worries,
It's
no worries. You missed
definitely going to
nothing.
be
Thanks for
all to
joining.
see very soon. And obviously, speaking about those 13 teams, here are some
Okay,
of the
so
groupings.
in Group A, we have
in
Big
season
Vivo
one,
Kid
there
Stars,
were clear
Boom
favorites
Esports,
to find
Team
out who
Vitality, a
would go on to
familiar
the
name in the
finals. It
esports
was Alpha
industry,
7 as well
Foot,
as VKS.
which
But
is
here,
also a familiar
right
name,
here, Blam, it's a
specifically
toss-up
in
for me. I
Valorant.
mean,
Group
VKS
B,
defending
we have
champions.
AG,
Obviously,
HK,
they have
which
been on
is
a roll previously, but when they're playing against the smaller
subsidiary
regions,
team
suddenly
of
things become much
AG
more
in
interesting.
China, KPL.
Because you
LPS,
now throw in
Group
the mix
C,
of the
there's
experienced players from Malaysia,
Kagendra, Team
Indonesia,
Secret,
and as well as the Philippines. So
and
it's going to be a different
Isegeras Gaming.
entire ball
So
game
Group D, we have
altogether.
LGD, Malaysia,
Yep, don't
RRQ,
leave out my boys,
and
Team
Impunity
Vitality there,
Esports.
representing EU, the first EU team on the scene.
Yeah,
who
correct.
I am very
So
much excited to
personally,
look
for me, I
forward
feel
to
that
see play
Group
in
B will
Group A,
be
but I won't get to see them today.
clear
It will be
walkover by
tomorrow, their first
AG.
match.
And Group C
We
will
are
be
going to be
Team
looking
Secret,
at
and Group D will be
today's matches
LGD
in a
and Impunity,
moment.
based
But
on
as you
what
can
I
see,
know of
like
the teams.
Zero was saying, plenty of
And then for the first match of the day, we have a
representation
very
across the world.
huge
But here we
contesting
go today.
fight
Kicking it
between
off is
LGD Gaming and
LGD
Impunity
Gaming
Esports,
versus
Myanmar's
Impunity Esports,
representative team,
and then
and
we have Full
LGD
Gamers
being the
Global
top
go
team for
against the
Malaysia,
MENA
filled
region
with
R8
powerful rosters
Esports,
such as
and
Zhong,
then
who is
Cyrus
a very
going
strong mid
against
laner
Team
and
Secret.
always on the
And then to finish off the
constant
day, I've
leaderboard
got to
for
say
global
that is
version.
a banger
All
to
Gamers
close.
Global,
Is
Hong Kong,
Vivo
and
Keystars
R8
going against
Esports.
Boom Esports.
So I'll be covering these
David,
two
which one of
matches
those
for today.
matches seems like it's going to be the best one to watch for the people at home?
I mean, Vivo
So
Keystars
LGD
coming in
Gaming
here as the
actually
defending
comprises of
champions
a
is
few
going
members
to
of
be
the
what people
Mars
are
Tigers team from
hoping to see.
KIC last
Boom
year
Esports,
for
not an
HOK
easy
Global,
opponent as well. They came through
and
the
comprises
Philippines
of
qualifiers
Malaysia
with
representatives in the
a
ASEAN
very
Games
good result.
2022.
They only lost a single game
And same
against
for
Bad
Myanmar
News
side,
International
Impunity is
in the upper
actually
bracket
their
finals, but they
strongest
were
feeling
able to
team
sweep
from
the
Myanmar.
grand finals of
And
that
they are representatives
qualifiers as
also.
well. So it's going to be,
Itu sound
I mean, every single one of these matches,
okay.
looking like it could go either way. It is
Okay,
very
can.
early
Is it
to tell.
better?
We haven't really seen the clash of the regions, the differences between these teams as of yet. But after today, after we get to see
Yeah, good. Okay.
all of these groups
So
there
we'll
is
be
one
looking
match
forward to
happening
an
today.
exciting
See where the hierarchy stands.
best of 3 series from each team that will be playing today, and I'll be looking forward to cover and answer any questions you all have regarding drafts and why they do certain thought processes such as rotations, why they start certain buffs, etc. So obviously, for the first match, I'll probably be looking for a full match series of either a 2-1 or 1-2 in favor of either teams. And for me, as much as I prefer Malaysia team, I used to personally come from Impunity in the Singapore scene for HOK side, as I represented SG's ASEAN Games. So there's a bit of slight biasness towards Impunity, but in terms of skill wise, I would say LGD is more superior, as Impunity's roster they are not fielding their Chinese imports for this tournament. So that might be a deciding factor.
Will be happening here. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves, and let's watch the game begin.
Okay, so we'll be jumping going into the draft phase. So in drafting for HOK Invitationals, apparently they are using the open draft, which is like you can pick any heroes that you use in game 1 for the next game in the series, rather than compared to the fearless draft in which you can only draft one hero and not use it for the rest of the series matches. So now they are showing us some highlights from the qualifiers that each region has done and giving us a brief introduction to the KL Sunway Velocity Invitational Season 2. Welcome to the new viewers. Welcome. Okay, so as we all see, this is an offline event held at Sunway Velocity Mall in Malaysia, KL, which is a common place for HOK tournaments to happen in Malaysia lah. Like the 王者荣耀 scene and etc. So live audiences are expected to be seen there. As we can see, the crowd is very huge for a turnout of such an event. So coming from Brazil, I guess at this point of time they are introducing each team one by one in terms of rosters and holding their respective countries' flag. You're getting okay, sorry. So this is Boom from PH, if I'm not wrong. I'm bad with my flags, so correct me if I'm wrong. And then this is Team Vitality. So if you're, for those that just tuned in or have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comment section so that I can answer you as soon as possible. And this is Food Esports. And then we have R8. So to make things more interesting, can you all please leave down your predictions in the chat so that I can read and see what are the thought processes behind why you guys are supporting certain regions or your home country. And then this is All Gamers or AG, Hong Kong. Satu Malaysia. Hey, welcome to the stream, Keto. Welcome to the stream set. Okay, and then this is LPS from the Brazil, right? And I'm not good with my flags. Trio soon. Oh, okay. LGD for the window, Malaysia. Yeah, but LGD and Team Secret from what? They have a mix of the ASEAN Games Malaysian representatives lah. So it's kind of like 50-50 between both teams if they clash off. And for the first match, actually, from what I understand, Impunity has been doing a lot of scrimmages with LGD. So it's like they will sort of understand each other's play style. But we have to understand that in scrims result does not equal to competition results. There are a lot of factors that changes on the actual days. So we cannot use stats that like, oh, scrims mean, let's say if you go undefeated in scrims, that doesn't mean you will go undefeated in a tournament. Yeah, I am personally biased to AG Hong Kong. But that's because I feel that they have the networking and connections with like their main branch in China. And like, I'm pretty sure they have more experience than certain Malaysians team. But obviously this is the global version and not the CM version, so anything is possible. It's quite unpredictable in a sense. Because the patch is way much different. The heroes are also quite different. Like Da Qiao doesn't have her unique equipment, and Xiang Yu also does not have. Such factors lead to changes in drafting, your strategies, etc. And obviously the home country's favorite LGD. since they are also hosting. Yeah. LGD. LGTV. LGTV. No, we're not sponsored by LGTV. Don't. 不要带节奏 ，Cat. I wish we were sponsored. I wish we were sponsored so that I don't have to stream from my phone or my laptop. Then Impunity Esports. Actually, Impunity Esports is quite a strong team for those that watch KIC 2023. They have been in the recent few years KIC and have shown exemplary performance. So now they will all take their seats as we welcome the first match of the day, LGD Gaming versus Impunity Esports.
Teams across the entire world has to fight themselves to this stage, but only one will be crowned as champion, and who will be the kings of the kings between them all. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Honor of Kings Invitational 2024 Season 2 in Malaysia.
Lawa Majid.
Selamat datang ke Malaysia. Apa khabar Malaysia? Assalamualaikum.
Cat, she just replied you. She said the same thing.
I love the energy. I love the energy. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm your host for the entire event. My name is Chuchu. Nice to meet you.
Chuchu is I guess, our host for this event, and like the pretty girl sort of figure in this case for the tournament lah. So since Sunway Velocity is quite an open mall from what I understand, for those Malaysians that are free, y'all can head down to the venue to show some support to your favorite teams lah. Because only 8 of them will advance to knockout stage, and then the 8 teams from there will move on to the mid-season invitationals. It's just now, from that point of time, they'll just be fighting for the prize pool.
We don't want to waste any more time. We don't want to chit-chat anymore. Let's officially start Honor of Kings Invitational Season 2. Back to the casters. Action!
Okay, now they will move back to the caster desk who are all casting from their respective regions lah. They'll be online. So in a sense, what I'll be expecting will be obviously good draws from the better teams and like better executions, micro wise, and hopefully they show us some exciting gameplays. Like I will be expecting a pentakill at least for this whole tournament. If not, that's a bit of a shame, right? We all want that 6 pentakills or that 3 inhibitor turrets are down, but you make an epic comeback or etc.
13 fantastic teams, but only one can win that top prize. But the top 8, EWC baby.
Absolutely, it's nice to see Imenguchi keeping his signature mustache as well. But this event would not have.
Hello, welcome.
Without our fantastic.
So that's their official gaming phone of 2024 Infinix GT20 Pro. When are we getting sponsors for phones? Because we need to get Nivane and Kenny a new phone, obviously. Because one of their phone is cracked and one doesn't have a proper phone for HOK.
Check out the Infinix official website. They've been very supportive of the entire Honor of Kings competitive scene. We've seen them in Season 1 and it's great to see them back here for Season 2.
So for those of you that do not know, actually Nivane, if he's free, he'll be joining me from at the knockout stages, after group stages, for co-casting of sorts. So y'all can also hop by when that happens lah. Yes, so this is considered the road to the EWC Esports World Cup, as I was mentioning earlier, held at Saudi Arabia, Riyadh on early August.
So keep your eyes on the action because we'll be on the road to EWC
late July, early August.
Again, like we've been saying in the entire introduction, that is probably all the prizes and all the eyes of these players are on is that top 8 spot, so they can be in for another chance.
So while they're talking away, I'll briefly use this 1 minute 30 seconds to promote our YouTube channel DreamVox Productions. So basically, we have a official launch event where we will be giving away an epic skin between 26th June to 2nd of July. Your epic skin is of your the lucky winner's choice, and if we hit 1,000 subs, we'll also be giving away an extra legendary skin. So all you have to do to qualify is to subscribe, enable notification bell, and share our YouTube channel, fill in the Google Form, scan app gallery QR, and join the DreamVox Telegram group chat. So all the instructions are in the description found below. I'm here by Consulting. Thank you. 范哥吗？范哥人呢？ LGD Gaming is comprised of a very strong roster. LGD Xiang, Musang King, Zihong, and JR and Ze. A very scary looking team. So for Impunity side, personally I have played a few games with them in scrimmages. So it's Asing, who is a very good Guan Yu player actually. He's notorious for his Guan Yu. Black is a new lineup roster addition to the roster that I've never seen before. X-Hero's signature are like Zhou Yu, etc. But Zhou Yu is not really a meta pick now, so maybe I'll be looking forward to seeing him on Lady Zhen or Princess Frost. Xiao Ling is also a good marksman in terms of Ali, Mako, Ban. Megumi, he's also a great player in terms of the support role. Caster 说了将近1个小时，啥时候开比赛？Actually, the stream started for them at 2:50. I started live early, that's why. 他们那边的直播时间开始的时候是2点50分，我开播的时间是大概2点半。And as we can see, they're all getting ready. The people behind them are the support staff and the coaches respectively. So let's see what they will be drafting, since everything is out in the open and you can repeat heroes.
At least to me, the slight favorites here, not by much, but you know, LGD Gaming can surprise them. They do have a lot of great players, and again, when you have the support, when you have the brains of a successful KPL team to pick off of, especially for the younger players, that's something that has to come to play as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every little bit helps in terms of the experience on such a stage like.
So for those of y'all who know friends that are unable to head down live or like have the time to watch the stream, y'all can help us share the live stream link to get them here so that I can also do it in a podcast sort of style.
To cause that blemish, we'll have to wait and see. But in terms of the draft, I mean, both of these teams, I did a few top picks that they were looking for in the season, their respective qualifiers, and obviously top picks like Princess Frost coming through. Pei.
So for those that, if I'm not wrong, they won't be using the updated version of Xiang Yu and Xiang Yu, Ali, and one more hero. 这个是国际服吗？是啊，国际服。他们不是用那个国内的赛季啊，第一天。所以简单的来说，他们这个比赛的前8名会有资格参加年中的那个 EWC Esports World Cup in Riyadh。所以前8个队会遇见那个你们中国的代表梦之队来比赛，可是他们全部会用一样的国际的版本。Broadcasters are yapping more than Evade. 操 ，bro Evade bro. No, because they are used to this type of competitions. compared to us, like we do not cast or what. So they got like a mini script that they prepare or have a flow that they like, depending on the respective casters lah. So at this point of time, they are discussing the potential drafts that they want to go for. Though we cannot really see anything. That's mostly what goes on behind the scene at this point of the tournament. So we'll be going into the draft. LGD bans out the Zhang Fei and Doria. Impunity side bans out the Luna and Mai Shirani. So probably they do not want any explosive damage or like a comp that can touch their backlines or look to be hyper mobile in the sense. So first pick of Gong Sun Li or Ali from the side of LGD might be considered.
Look a little bit different on both of these teams. We've got a jungle ban and a mid lane ban,
which is quite unique because in this case, what Impunity is telling us is, oh, I'm not scared of a Da Qiao or Princess Frost or Lady Zhen. 说是 international， 但是版本依旧不是国际服版本，就这样子就完事了。因为他们跟不上国内的版本。Okay, so surprisingly, LGD did not pick up the Princess Frost or Da Qiao, which are priority picks on the side of any team that's playing on the blue side, as they provide a lot of utility and their kit is quite strong at the moment. So Impunity side picks up the Lady Zhen and the Da Qiao. And LGD side counters with a Haino and or Haino and a Lempo. 先看这个呀，你说样子就完。没事啊。And then Impunity side picks up a 狄仁杰 for their marksman. So welcome to the new viewers. I noticed an increase. So welcome. Thanks for coming. So ban of Shangguan Wan which is, as we said, along the lines of what they want. They do not want people to touch their backlines or like explode them before they can reset fights. So a ban of Miyamoto Musashi or Gongben Wuzhang from the side of LGD and LGD.
But like you said, the Haino flex pick there, we could see him in.
我不太确定，我们等一下看这版。And a ban of Jing for the side of Impunity, still following along their game plan. And as you all know, a Jing in the hands of a professional player is very, very mobile and hard to touch or knock down. So maybe Impunity might be looking for the Fuzi pick to go for a standard Da Qiao Fuzi combination. LGD bans out the Kaiser so that they can take prolonged fights and out-sustain Impunity's draft. Because we can tell the Haino will most likely be a tank Haino or semi-tank. And Lianpo is a good frontliner who can disengage and engage at any time. So we'll be looking to see what Impunity is considering or picking up for their next pick.
Great for shutting down the back line like the Ali, like the Haino as well. But then obviously the Chao gets to come through, which was a completely different story.
A Fuzi pick here might be very, very good.
This little lady did not get
they will go for the Tun pick. I am assuming the Tun will be a jungler in this case.
Entire of Season 1 Invitational. And then that is complemented by the Lady Chen.
So the last two picks on the side of LGD for their either their support player and their jungler.
You see that Dun come through, so top pick Dun has made it into day one in game one already 0. It's looking like it may be surfacing more than we thought it would.
Yeah, like if you guys watch season 1, that was not one of our favorites.
Lian pick. So in this case, since Lian is going to the top lane, Lianpo will be going to the bottom as a roamer or support. And then we have the Pei or the Pei Jinghu as the jungler. Welcome to the new viewers. Welcome. And we'll be looking for the last pick on the side of Impunity.
Late game pretty set in stone with the Haino going towards the late game as well.
Yeah, so picking up the lane there and then Pei.
So since they are pro players, obviously there's a high chance that they will scout out their own red buff, since it's a Pei who, as we all know, Pei is a very strong early game jungler who likes to invade level 1. 东方的6，我只能说6。 a Dharma in the Clash League. So as I was, so Dharma in this case will be looking to look for flank angles or be outing to the wall so that the rest of the team can follow up and safely take team fights. But as the late game goes on, it's more favorable on the side of LGD's composition. Whereas on the side of Impunity, they should be looking to split push and abuse the kit of their 大乔兵。等黄打野，等我进比赛的时候，我科研出来。
LGD have got what's looking like a great team comp.
Yeah, this is definitely right up in their alley. This is definitely one of their
so both, as with any sports or esports, both coaches will shake hands as a sign of respect and fair play.
This is a best of 3 series, of course. This is the opening match, the first time both of them might be facing against each other in.
It's actually not their first time facing against each other. They've been through multiple scrims with each other. But yes. So let's look forward to an exciting first match. It's a Hino mid lane. Debate, do you have any thoughts on the Hino mid lane?
Yeah, and then obviously
is he still around?
Towards the end of that draft, the Dharma actually came through onto the side of Impunity. So Dharma again, another fantastic Clash lane hero.
So in this case, Tun also serves as a second frontliner for Direnjie and Lady Chen to be playing around. So it's a sort of 4-1 composition for the side of Impunity where they protect Direnjie as much as they can. And on the side of LGD, they'll be looking for full engage and disengage composition, looking to team fight all the time. He asked me when I was just here. Engage the chat. Hello, Mamba. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for supporting. Okay, so a standard, as we can see, look, as we predicted earlier, the pay actually went to invade for the camps of the side of Impunity as what standard pro players would do. That's why Impunity's black started on the red side to prevent his red buff from being taken away.
From black, and here black is really under pressure here. They're constantly putting a lot of focus, a lot of pressure on towards black, not letting the Dun have such a great
and then at this point of time, they are looking to shut down as much of the jungler's farm on the side of Impunity as we can see. That's why LGD's Zer, who is playing on the Lampo, went to help the Clash lane get the level lead and wave lead against the opponent.
Yeah, no, I mean, he doesn't have the fastest of clear in the early game anyway. I mean, he does generally favor.
So on the side of the mid lane clear will be a lot faster from the side of the marksman, Xiao Ling, and Megumi before they rotate down to help the bottom lane X-Hero on Lady Chen.
When he does get his ultimate, where he can use that chain throw over the wall just to start to clear a little bit faster. But like
so as we can tell, the support is actually helping the Pei farm a lot faster by helping him leash his jungle and do a bit of AoE damage. So Ali managed to steal away the bird, though her waves wasn't there.
The likes of the Liempo roaming heavily around that mid lane towards Clash lane and then helping out Pei as well.
So they might be looking to catch either the top laner or the mid laner, as we can see from the mini map. Most of them are centric towards the side of the enemy's red side jungle from the side of LGD.
This is the effectiveness of the Chao. You may think she's in that lane and you may be thinking you are safe.
And with that, the control of the small bird goes over to the side of Musang King on his ping.
Utility, but again, Clash lane having a lot of pressure being pushed onto the side of Impunity right
now. So in this case, as the Clash laner, Dharma, you should be looking to play safe and not be too aggressive as you know the enemy team is playing around your side of the map. Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's how much.
That's very good, but there's not enough damage and follow up to kill the alien. But despite that, it was a good harass and a way to get back wave control on his Clash lane.
Engagement towards the mid lane, but just a little poking and prodding from the Lysian top lane. They're trying to gank on towards their lane, but not the easiest hero to gank. He doesn't even need to use his ultimate to get out of there. So he's going to be A-OK, and it's 1,000.
And then we see the Da Qiao making full use of the Clash lane's teleport buff to transport herself down to the bottom lane to elevate pressure for the side of Impunity Xiao Ling's Direnjie. Welcome to the new viewers. Thanks for coming. And we can see the very clear-cut plan from LGD. They know they are good at playing around the jungler, so they will look to support his advances into the enemy jungle for invades early. On the other side, Impunity is making a counter move and trying to dive in on the bottom half of the map.
Mark here, we're seeing a big presence down in the farm lane as well, as that Tyrant is up in 20
So,
seconds time.
as we can tell, the neutral objectives are spawning in about 15 seconds, so it's a matter of who is able to control the map and apply pressure more.
Obviously, early game, no one's quite died yet, no one's done enough damage.
As we can, if you all actually notice, due to the early pressure from the Pei and good coordination from his team to follow up to invade, they are actually now ahead of Impunity by 1k gold for the side of LGD.
First kills, so that's going to allow him to be in position early. But now Impunity rotates all 5 members.
So at this point of time,
With the
Impunity is looking to take the Tyrant in exchange for their red buff. So
So
they deployed 5 people onto the Tyrant to get map pressure and open the vision for
utilizing their
Toon to secure the
their
Tyrant.
farming time more, and looks like LGD might just give this up towards Impunity.
And LGD gives up the Tyrant.
Okay, so Impunity takes the Tyrant, whilst we saw that Pei was helping himself to dunk
However,
the
this
jungle, but
honestly, this wouldn't have been a good trade despite them getting the Tyrant, as this allowed the top tier 1 to, or the Clash lane tier 1 to go down. And now the Pei is very fat as he took the red off of the enemy team.
no kills that have been given over because LGD have just had a fantastic rotation in this early game, but they
So
also have
the
a
goal
big
difference
in
due to
their
such
pockets as
early
well,
game
but
pressure and plays from
take
the
a side lane for the side of Impunity.
from the side of LGD, they are now able to get a 2k gold 2k gold diff and a tier 2 turret on the side of the Clash lane
Second tier turret 5 minutes in. Are we looking
at 5 minutes.
Pre-10-minute match here for LGD?
So now we'll be looking to see how Impunity plans to counter the pressure of LGD and elevate their
to have one item before he's able to really join the fight and deal damage, and before that they just want to play a bit more passive. Arlie's trying to poke and prod. Zer taking a lot of damage there, but being Dilly and Po, he's able to regen that out really
So
quickly as well.
the plan goes, it's always the standard. Pei will look to invade and take as much of the enemy jungle camps as he can, or playing safe. And we can see very clearly, both teams are playing very disciplined and cautious, which we can apply in our ranked games. So we do not necessarily have to look for kills, but what we can do is look for opportunities around the map to expand our goal differential and take objectives
This is
instead.
what the difference is of HonorOfKings against other games, is that
An ulti from Alan. Alan gets the first blood on Da Qiao, and he's still going in for the Tiran Jie. He might be too deep, and then he gets punished for being greedy. However, despite him being punished for that, as we emphasized earlier, the priority is for the Pei to get fat, which in this case he's getting very fat and took the blue buff of the enemy.
Overall, I think that trade
And then on the side of Ali, Ali is still
they were able to take away the blue buff
farming away
from
at,
the Dun as well. So
he's
again,
in fact farming the
Zero without
team's
a
jungle instead.
fantastic start is
So Ali is also
okay
another
at
core that
best,
they
and
will be
without,
playing around and
like,
looking very fat.
without a snowballing of a game, you really see that hero really fall off.
With a clear 4k gold diff,
LGD is going to go for
LGD is able to secure the
get it,
overlord,
and that's going to allow them to put more map pressure across the map.
allowing them to apply more map pressure on the map.
So picking up that overload, they didn't quite get the Tyrant, but has the Tyrant really helped Impunity in this game one? Yet not quite.
So as we can see from the goal difference, Pei, due to his early game aggressiveness, was able to get a 2.2k goal advantage ahead of Toon. And we can tell they are funneling a lot of their goal into their two cores of Pei and Ali. On the side of Impunity, most of their team has only done up their first item.
That allows Pei. I mean, even though LGD have been giving themselves access to Impunity's jungle anyway, that mid lane turret has not stopped them. And here it is. The Vanguard does come round with Ali. So JR picking up that first tier turret in the mid lane.
So as you all can tell, the Ali is always always at the back, positioning herself to get buff, to get gold and objectives.
From the side of LGD, but we
So on the side of Impunity, they were actually looking to counter and sneak a Clash lane tier 1, but unfortunately LGD responded swiftly and sent Pei and Alien back to deal with
trouble.
them.
Here comes the ultimate from the Dachiao. The Musang King will fall. And Elaine still going. Arlie gets a kill on towards the Dharma. Here comes the ultimate coming from the Lianpo. You're going straight for the DreamVox, but DreamVox is so fast, so agile, being able to deal damage while trying
In
to
this
run away.
case, that small skirmish at the clash lanes
Arlie trying to give chase. Can he
tier
find
2
his
and
target?
with
Trying to teleport
2
away.
side buff allowed Ali to secure
No,
4 kills instead for the side of trading for their pay, making a beneficial lead for them actually. It's a worth it trade and they were able to get 5k gold diff as of now.
Thanks to Dachao was Megumi there.
So in this case, they punished the fact that Impunity overstayed that Daqiao ultimate, despite them having numbers advantage. They did not have sufficient damage to follow up, and they should have just backed off after they killed off Musang King's Pei. And with that, they freely take the Tyrant on the side of LGD.
Here, but again, may get pick up here onto JR, but it's not going to be the case. There's that teleport coming in through Dachao, and then Dharma getting the kill onto the Lianpo. It's not done yet. We see
And they get a double kill on the side of Impunity, while also forcing Zihong on his Haino to waste his ultimate.
They thought they got a free kill on towards Megumi, but he called the troops. Everybody teleported towards the top lane. Megumi was able to back off, heal the foe, and then come back because of her ultimate. So that's going to be huge. Therefore, Impunity gets them back into the fight.
Daqiao will be sending the
Black has to
Livingston
back
back.
away, done in trouble. Zihong will get the kill. Elaine pops the ultimate. Will go for the Dharma. Dharma trying to fight back. Megumi will save his teammates and will be able to back off as well.
That was a beautiful recall there. It's just so clutch, and this is why I like the Chow coming through. And this is what we really missed in Season 1 was just the amount of not just playmaking, but being able to aid her team so well.
So as it's very clear to LGD that Impunity will be looking to push in the clash lane with, they can safely take the Enhanced Overlord, Enhanced Tyrant, which doesn't have a primal bond because it just reset at 10 minutes. And they are looking to take the Overlord, the Enhanced Overlord, despite there being a primal bond. As they know, as they have vision on Impunity, their map is very wide open. As you can tell, the alien is actually pushing in the side lane, and then Lianpo on the side of the rover will be looking to open the vision for any potential invades. Like they'll sprint alien. No, it's actually supposed to be sprint. Very rarely people use execute or like flash. Sprint is actually the more optimal one for alien at this point of time.
And for those who are not
Like in global too,
works, he can basically heal to almost full,
which is something y'all can look to pick up in ranked games.
Very far range mage.
But welcome to the new viewers that just joined.
Great in sieging these high ground towers because
So as we can tell, due to the very clear-cut discipline abuse of the early game draft composition from the side of LGD, they are now able to make it very clear to Impunity, hey, don't step out and fight with us. You will mess up. You will lose this fight. Look at the nice Lianpo set, and Ali follows up, and they secure the kill on Toon, which is the frontliner of the side of Impunity.
And then Ali takes down the high ground turret thanks to the Shadow Vanguard.
And then with that team fight alone, they were able to take all three of the Impunity's inhibitor turrets. LGD too good. Yeah.
We've taken all your turrets.
So everything on the side of Impunity is gone. They will be anxious, obviously, but as the saying goes, even in rank, if your crystal hasn't fallen, don't give up. Look for opportunities to punish opponents for their mistake.
Against the wall with a 35k goal difference to the 43, so overall an 8k goal.
So as we can see, the goal differential on all lanes are quite huge, especially on the side of the Pei against the Toon, due to the early game aggressiveness by the Pei. So that's a clear 5k goal differential. Haino on the against the Lady Zen is a 3k goal differential, and the rest of the team is quite similar. So in this case, LGD will be looking to take a team fight and end the game.
Haino trying to base on ultimate. Dharma gets nuked down. Alay goes towards the back line. That's going to be trouble there.
光头在这个版本实在是没什么用，我觉得选个木兰 BP 都更好。我感觉是他们 BP BP 的失误啦。So I personally I feel it's a drafting error from the side of Impunity, which led them to lose this game lah. And then they will look to force Impunity to fight, and they will look to end the base. This is a very clear first match that shows and indicates the power of being disciplined and coordinated in even ranked games, and how you should not greed or overextend things. Professional client one veteran, one CR release. I will be guessing because the competition will be still happening as the patch goes live, from what I understand. So normally in pro play, if such a thing happens in MOBAs, they will be using the previous patch instead. So for this case wise, it should be the 27th of June patch of Above Ali. And changes to Xiangyu. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Happy to have you here.
Introduction, and in the draft, this is game one. This is where the teams do a little bit of research and development. They kind of think, right, okay, let's see what we're gonna bang going into game two. But it doesn't surprise me a team like LGD aren't just gonna be a one-team comp pony. They are gonna have a lot more in their pocket going into game two. But there is definitely a lot of adjustment in the.
To reiterate for the new viewers who just joined, so it's a best of 3 series for the group stages, and they are free to use. And the ban pick system wise will be freely open, as they are not following the fearless draft format of where if you use a certain hero in the first match of the series, you will not be able to use for the rest of the series. I guess in a sense this is good for the players who are playing on the global side, because they are able to attain a greater depth of mastery with their hero pool. And as we all know, the hero pool is quite limited compared to the CM version of 120 plus heroes. So this is a way for them to be more flexible and go back to their waiting rooms and recalibrate what went wrong in that draft and look to counter again. It's for more video draft. Yeah, I feel that I personally prefer fearless draft because it's more diversity and like audiences can learn more from different hero picks instead. So will LGD be looking to draft the same draft that they did, which won them quite heavily this game, and then Impunity might be looking to go for counter on this draft? Yes, correct. I personally feel it's for audience. So this is their builds for the respective heroes. Unfortunately, they do not show the arcanas, so I'm not able to provide you all with that information. So on the side of Yalian is the standard Spark Forge and Blazing Cape, and going into the glove or the hand that gives extra shielding, if I'm not wrong. And Overlord to increase his recovery and the amount of health he has. Shows you one patron. Yes, correct. And then these are the stats on the side of LGD versus Impunity for damage dealt, taken, total goal, and their team fight participation.
For lack of a better word, it's just so bad in the jungle.
Yeah, should be behind.
That he does if he doesn't have a great start, and if you
because they need time to adapt to the new patch also and discover things for the side of the pro teams.
Might not see. I hope that we don't see this hero ever again. But
the Haino actually tanked quite a lot while doing the most damage for the side of LGD game. Despite having the least participation. Is Divine Punisher a good person? Divine Punisher. The yellow crab claw is Spark Forge Dagger, if I'm wrong, or is it Spark?
Guessing whether it was going to be Clash Lane, but then Elaine really sort of cemented that pick and where he was going to go. Whereas the Chow can only really go in one place, which is the support role.
Is Divine Punisher? Divine Punisher is which one? Is it the glove?
They had Masashi banned by them as well, so again.
Spark Forge Dagger, yes, you're right. Lightning Basic, yeah.
Esports game 1 draft, but
so it was a mistake from the side of Impunity in terms of draft situation. Because normally if in pro play, it will normally be a 大乔. They will normally look to pick up, if they pick up a 大乔 first, they either look to pick up the pay or the 兔子 as a combination of push pressure. But instead, they went for the Dharma and the Tut, which made it harder for them to combat against the pay lah. In a sense.
Nothing much that Impunity can do without a fantastic start.
So as we can see, it's very clearly one-sided, a clearly one-sided match in which LGD managed to get a small slight goal advantage early, and then they just went on to snowball it to the end of the game with 10.1k goal diff.
The lamp was open for them to pick up as well. It is a little bit more higher skill cap.
And the MVP goes to Hong Sun Lee or Ali, LGD JR. Junior, I'm assuming. And then his KDA is 5 kills, 1 assist. And 1 death, 3 assists. A total damage of 20.2k, 12k, 12.7k damage taken. Impunity drafted reactively from others. Yeah, they are not following their game plan of using what heroes they are good at already. Which is made the draft quite very messy in a sense. And I'll assume the MVP is due to the stats wise, and Ali actually did very much a huge amount of the team stand in team fights while taking the minimal damage, which is what your marksman should be doing lah. You can see this is the instant replay from the match that we just had. Tachel outfit, and then Elaine countered, and then despite the team being here early, LGD's rotation were clearer and they managed to come over faster. A double kill and almost a triple kill on X-Hero. So that was a quadra in a sense. And then Megumi sort of whiffed and caused his team the team fight here by outing too early. So once he outed, Lianpo knows they will have a buffer time before they teleport in. So he can just ulti them, they cannot react back in time. Which helps him set a very good team fight for his team.
Dharma, as fantastic as he is, he can't do it alone. He needs another stun, he needs another tank, another warrior bruiser to go with him, and a huge team fight there by the Lianpo. Huge knock up towards the backline, allowing
in this case, due to Lianpo's playmaking abilities and his initiative to short call for ultimate, his team is able to just follow up and just deal damage.
Again, we saw that 3 times crowd control knock up at the end, like you said, Zero, really opening up that crystal to just be decimated in game 1. But we've already kind of surmised what Impunity need to do going into game 2, and it
so in a bit we'll be going over to game 2 of the best of 3 series.
All about trying to maybe claim the Kaiser a little bit
yes, Mortal Punisher. Okay, so for Mortal Punisher, normally even if you want to itemize it as a marksman, you will normally look to go for it as the 4th item, or the like let's say on the Ali or what, because your core items of the Doomsday and the Eternity Blade and Shadow Reaper are very vital on the side of an Ali. So normally people will look to go for their core items before they go for situational items based on enemies draft. So for and we'll be looking forward to seeing Yao as the new hero to be released on 2nd July, the Shining Star. So Yao in a sense is Jing Xiang, annoying little brother in the jungle lane also. Yao as fighter. No, Yao is actually a fighter. He's not actually classified. He shouldn't be classified as assassin, but he's played in the jungle. So you can think of him like a butterfly in a sense of how he maneuvers around the map and like re-engage, disengage. Yeah, jungle fits him better. His kid is very annoying.
There is a very small hero pool for the marksman role, only 4.
But I feel that he'll be a S tier pick once he comes out, personally.
Like you said, Luara, gracing us.
There'll be a lot of Yao fans, and probably there will be a skin that comes out and people would look to cash on it. Yeah, build him bruiser. Actually, once Yao comes out, I will probably give a general
around, you're
build
using
lah.
it, and it's just a very smooth hero to use overall.
I'll probably come up with a general build.
Yeah, definitely. But
But do
we
him full
will be
damage.
getting
Depends on event. Cause
of game
Yao can go well with the like rest and all the items.
in this game too. Obviously,
Full damage is more if your team has a front line, I guess. Like if your team has full front lines or something. It's like for my LAN, if I see I have a full Zi in the clash and a Zhang Fei in the bottom, I know I'm free to go full damage instead of my semi-tank. So Impunity looks to ban out the Mai Shirenu and the Luna, same plan as earlier. And LGD is picking the standard 大乔 Doria ban. Ali first pick on the side of Impunity. I'm guessing this is the new patch that was released on 27 since they're so confident of the Ali pick every time for both teams. And then LGD picks up Lady Zhen and Zhang Fei.
Zhang Fei and Lady Zhen, two very great heroes to protect.
Yeah, probably we might see Nivane playing Yao on the Clash lane though he's on emulator. I am sure he'll try it out. And then we see the Ali first pick. So since both teams on the blue side earlier picked up Ali first, I'm guessing they are using the new patch, which is a huge buff for the survivability and damage dealing potential of Ali. Kaiser picked an Adama on the side of Impunity, countered by the Lady Sun on the side of LGD. Okay, in this sense, a fundamental for those of you that play marksman is that Lady Sun counters Ali very hard in the early game, unless you are a mechanical god that can somehow look to destroy the Lady Sun with your support. The Yaria ban on the side of LGD. This is surprising. Maybe Yaria, they are scared of the shielding that she can provide Kaiser. And then a Jing ban on the side of Impunity. Same plan as earlier.
For the side of Impunity, they've managed to take out Yaria, they've taken out Mutsu as well, and then obviously the
Mozi pick. Mozi ban on the side of LGD. In a sense, Mozi is able to just sit down and ultimate on the Lady Sun and the Lady Zhen, the double ladies.
And they do ban out the pay. I don't see why that
And then
quick enough.
Impunity probably got traumatized or like scared of LGD's pay, so they took it away. Instead of picking it up for themselves since they already have Dharma or the Clash Lane and Kaiser in the jungle. Then the mining pick on themselves, LGD. So in terms of a Dharma mine lineup, I would feel that the mine will pro player probably win the Dharma because of her CC, which is what we call the San Tiran in Chinese, which means that he's a nuisance to deal with. Why the Mozi ban is to because they don't want anyone to have a lockdown on their Lady Sun and Lady Zhen.
Again, combo queen herself can do so much with the combos. She can stand still. She gets HP.
So what will be the last topic? A Princess Frost and a Guiguzi. So in this case, they are looking for a good 5-man ulti from the Guiguzi. So they're going to go in probably with Storm Chaser as the support item. Go in, suck everyone up. Dharma pushes them to the wall. Lady Frost and Princess Frost follows up. Kaiser and Dharma will just tank while Ali just annoys them with her mobility and deal damage. In fact, a pro play Guiguzi is very good. I personally feel Guiguzi is a very underrated hero if you have a duo, trio, or 5-man in rank. His ability to set team fights and just wipe the opponent's team is very strong. So a Mankey pick on the LGD side. So they're saying, hey, you all have so much AoE CC. We want to counter you all. We want to go for CC immunes. We want to go around you, catch.
For LGD.
Yep, the last time we saw Monkey in the jungle was
that was the second game draft thing.
Season 1 Invitational. He did like that pick. Again, it's a... You see that pick, you think, okay, it looks cuddly, maybe it's building attack,
and
but
as
sometimes
per
it just goes
rules,
full attack damage
both
items,
players will
and
shake
those
hands
bubbles
before
are
heading into the
super
waiting room where
aggressive,
the players stick it out
gonna keep
in the
Impunity
gorge.
guessing what is gonna happen with that hero.
So here is the lineup for the second game and the heroes that they have drafted.
JR going for a late game hero this
So
time around.
personally, for my side, I would prefer to play on the side of Impunity's draft, as that's my type of playstyle too. I like to team fight, I like to go aggressive, go ham. If I'm on a tank like Dun or Kaiser, just soak it up for the team. Tell them, I don't mind dying for you. You all have to clear up the fights.
Different team comp here. We don't have fast and furious jungle. We do have the monkey
Whereas on
that
the
is
side of
unpredictable in
Mankey,
the jungle.
it will be very hard for them to
Whereas
catch
on the
Mankey.
side
So
of Impunity,
maybe
again,
they
very similar
they
thing.
might
We
deploy
have
a Dharma to
utility
flank
support rather than
on the
tank.
opponent's team, or like look for an optimal angle to get a
We
perfect
do
out.
see the
Or
compromise
he was
rise
look to
once
scout out the
across,
Mankey and
which
Mayin's
hopefully
position in
will
this
make
case,
these
because
engages
both
for
heroes are
Impunity
capable
and
of flanking.
fights a little bit easier for them in game 2.
So we'll be going into the next game of the series.
Anyone who they want to really go for. But this, like you said,
Standard.
this is a
Okay,
Southeast Asia hero.
if you all actually notice a
and he's very interesting.
micro
He has
decision
a
here
bit
that
of,
they actually made was that
displacement
Impunity
skills
knows
with
that,
his,
hey, my Ali is not
second
going to win Lady Sun and
with
Zhang Fei in the
first skill,
bottom lane
and he can also constantly slow
early
your
game.
opponent.
So why
for
not I
those who are
deploy
not familiar with this
my
hero,
Lady,
it's a very fun
my
hero to
Ali
play
and
with just because of
Guigutsu
how
to
mobile he is.
settle the early
He's always going to be
level
running
1
around to
wave
kind of
at mid
open
against
up
the Lady
vision,
Sun
get
alone.
ganks off. And
Which
he
is the
doesn't do a lot
standard
of damage on
play
his
that pro
own,
players
but
like
still
to
a
do.
very
Lah.
fun hero to watch
They
and play
like
as
to send the Ali to the middle because she's very mobile and she needs the early game clear. Then they will just deploy her elsewhere later on in the match. Whereas Princess Frost is able to survive and freeze the Zhang Fei and Lady Sun if they try to come in. He's kind of fluffier than Mankey. No, then Mankey wins the mount. Yes, I love a fluffy hero like Mankey. Mankey is a very cute hero, yes, I agree. But that doesn't matter in game. 公孙离主要还是太强。对啊，公孙离 is very strong. As you can see, McGuni gets the first blood on Zers, Zhang Fei, and after that fight they are very daring. They go straight into the enemy's great buff because they know they have numbers advantage of 4 against 3.
But here, the Dharma might be in some
With
trouble
one
for
tank
Mankey.
being on.
Is gonna
The
jump
Dharma
on him,
goes down
gets
to
the
the
kill.
Musang King's
will be able to get
Mankey.
the first blood.
Wow, that's a cringe.
Oh no, never mind,
That is a
the
cringe.
second
Wow.
kill. Zhang Fei did die early on.
It looks like they're not done there as well.
They
as
should.
Hero
Oh,
Lady Sun going in.
nice.
Oh, beautiful snipe from
Nice double kill
JR.
from the side of
Again,
LGD.
proving that he is a farm lane king right now, because not only did he have that
And then with
back-to-back
that,
double kill in
Musang
game 1,
King,
he's
as
just
we all know,
now
LGD once they
proven
get
he's not just a
that
1-2
small
P
advantage they can have, they like to take the enemy jungle
able
camps.
to land those long range skills for the Lady Sun, pick up a second kill. Actually, no, it's a third
Oh, nice
kill
freeze from
on
the side of
LGD.
Xiang,
So
on the
now
side of
we saw a
using
promising
Mayin,
first
because
blood
he
from
would like
Impunity,
to build up a slow push and freeze the lane against the Dharma so that if anything happens, he can just go down to support his team and let the and keep the Dharma there to clear.
The marksman really just stay in the bottom lane,
没想
especially if
到
you're talking about
瑶也
a
能 ban，
marksman
我也是
like
没想到啊
Lady Sun.
瑶
Not expecting
他们
her
拿
to
这个
join
阵
in
容
fights
出来，他
early,
们要
but
ban
great
瑶，有
timing,
点怪
great
欸。
opportunity
So what I
to,
just said was that I
exploited there by JR, and he enables him to go in towards
we
the
didn't
lane
expect
game
Yao to get
much
banned
faster.
here despite the composition that LGD was going to draw, because it felt like they were trolling the ban or wasting a ban slot. Or Yaria in this case.
That gold momentum going all the way from game, even though they've had a break between game 1 and game 2, they have managed to somehow just keep going gold, 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 all the way through that little bit of a break there, because they are almost 2k ahead, 3 minutes in as well, which is
2k gold deep at 3
writing home
minutes.
about. This could be quickly turned around on the side of Impunity.
Oh,
especially
Megumi is
with
looking
the
to
turret
engage.
drone being
Oh,
coming up in about
that was a
25
wasted
seconds
ultimate.
here.
As
Gaiguzi going to
in this case, what should have
the,
went more optimal would be that Kaiser was
there, it seems. A little bit of
able to
aggression in the top
at least get
lane. No
vision of
2v1
where
on
the Zhang
turret
Fei
is
and Lady
enough to
Sun were
stop
before they
LGD
engaged
no
the
time
ultimate.
soon.
And then asking
It's
counters
last
with
hit
a
and claim the
1-for-1
kill
trade
for
on
Dharma, so
Xiang's
a
Mayin,
great turnaround there for
which was a great
Impunity.
turnaround.
I feel like they're already having a better
大招抓空气哦，对啊。They never opened the vision for him properly. If not, they could have went in for the direct dive. So that was very wasted. As I mentioned. Then with both with Dharma down and the wave pushing in, they deploy Ali to the top side. However, due to that play and the Guigutsu not being around, they are not able to contest for the direct.
But LGD is starting to prevent that by getting the first major objective of
So,
the game, as Tyrant going towards the way of the
yes, Impunity does have a micro and macro against LGD. Because back in their old tournaments, they used to feel China import, so maybe the ideology of like shot calling and stuff was not on the Myanmar players to train and get the opportunity to buck up on. So
but again, still, it's still slowly amassing that gold lead difference. We're now looking at
I mean,
3K
we
gold
can't
difference
say
here.
much about their draw because they probably have their game plan in mind, but they are not executing it well, or the opponent has a clearer understanding of how to combat this type of game draft. Hello, Sasha， 你好，欢迎欢迎。
Was trying to catch the ladies and quick fingers, quick reactions there, able to flicker out to safety. But the Grey Goose might be able to catch someone else. Is Xiang dropping very low, but able to walk away from that.
Infinity should have went for Xiang, I feel. They should have aimed for something that they are able to catch more easily instead of Mayim with CC, mill, and high mobility.
Just back up, but JR from the sides gets a kill on towards the Grey Goosey. And again, nobody's expecting the Lady Sun to be playing
so a 5k code div at 6 minutes. Is it possible? Yes, it's actually possible. And how you all apply it in rank is a whole another level. So as you all can tell, even in your rank games, you can have such situations. Just clear, just get go. As you all, and we can see from both games played earlier, they don't actually look for kills. They're not so hungry. They look for go translate into turrets translate into objectives. And then objectives translate into evades on the side of this is sad. Yes, this is very sad. But I guess this is why it shows that Malaysia was the second region for the ASEAN Games, which is first place if we do not include China. It's very clear that hey, we know what we want to do with our draft. We know what you all will get. We will go and punish you for that. Do something. I also wish the Impunity did something since I was under them for a period of time last year.
Fights for much longer, get more heals, get more knockbacks as well as he wants. So if you take that away from him, he becomes less effective. And here, Impunity is trying to set up a trap.
I noticed error on the side of the graphics, but it's okay. If you all notice, the graphics has errors, so take it with a pinch of salt. their players only shoot them all， 就这 rotation 来打比赛。没有啦，因为逆风局他们有时候思路不清嘛，人毕竟是在别人的国家内打比赛，所以会有很多压力，又很少人来支持。
But it looks like it may happen because the Vanguard was able to rock around just in time with the help of Mayin to freeze that.
还不如选个东王大爷看看脸脸。我操！等我返回职业赛场，我才拿出来。OK， 我第一选给他们看自信。So what I just answered was that I was jokingly telling the commenter that I'll pick Donghuang jungle if I was a full player. I'll briefly tell my coach I want the first pick.
Right now of Impunity that they kind of know that because 3 of their team are already up onto the side of the clash lane.
Because this commenter loves the Donghuang jungle. They used it to get to Grandmaster and then their points got lower because they were toxic. All C teams imported Malaysian players to look at. Yes, they actually do have imports lah, but for the roster side of this tournament, if I'm not wrong, most teams are using their own home countries players. Except for the Brazil, those type of countries, if I'm not wrong. Because there are rules to the amount of imported players that you can have on a team roster. It's better they play after only 4 hours. Huh? Is it inside joke? Oh, Dama got a good ulti, but nobody follow up. What a waste. Oh my god, that was so close. That could have been a good fight. What a waste. That macro deletion.
You want to get back into your base unless you want to die, right?
Oh, give me a full series. I want to cast mode. Come on guys, come on.
In the farm lane to go that route. But again, this now
LGD does the same old, you're fucked up once, we are going to punish you all the way.
Yeah, the Dharma was trying to get a good initiation towards the backline, but there was just no
Cause in this comp, the clash laners will always look for each other. They know they are good at flanking. They scout out like, hey, I know you're mine, you will come in from the back. Or Dharma. You all can apply this mindset in rank game too.
8,000 net worth down, they are not
this one is sitting good. Yes, damn yum, she's sitting very good. See? What happens when your jungler is ahead, and then after that you translate all the gold into your farm lane.
Weren't even looking at the gold, and now it's just kind of getting a little bit out of hand here because again, another tyrant is up there looking to take a second turret. The
See, at this point of time, LGD knows, hey, my goal lead is ahead. I'm not even scared if you split push and try to get tier 2 clash lane turret on the other side. I can just send someone back to combat you. And if you don't back off, the 1v1 is lost. Or your team fight at the tyrant is gone. Hello, welcome to the new viewers, welcome. 2211. And they catch Megumi's Goikuzi. 8,000 gold. Yes. When you see a clear difference in like role play, like especially this type of regions where they clash against each other, it's very clear that one team is going to snowball and have the lead. It's very rare to see an epic comeback.
Repay her debt in dividends with breaking
The
crystal here. She's already very farmed off
yeah.
at this point.
No worries.
Has both buffs and is ready to push up to the high ground with the rest of his team.
They're ahead of one level of the enemy farm lane as well. And
yeah, AG is because they are sponsored by the main AG, the Chengdu AG CN side. So they have to like keep it in line. Is Alter Ego in this tournament? I do not think so. No. Can my chat assistant? My moderator? From what I know is no lah. I haven't seen Alter Ego because Alter Ego lost their qualifiers if I'm not wrong. Because it's the first from each respective regions, or like the top 2, based on how big your region is lah.
My bad, but there goes the high ground turret.
There goes the high ground turret. And they are very clear. I want turrets. I don't want to fight. I want turrets. If you come in and fight me, I will fight you.
Here, just yet crucial crowd control from the
oh
guy
dear.
Really aided the Dharma. It's currently a 2-2 trade.
See how in this case LGD was able to divide and conquer the firepower on the side of against Impunity. So they spread the map such that their cores are able to fight more advantageous in fight in numbers.
But it looks like they're just going to try and push this.
And then that was a good attempt to defend by Black and Megumi. So they were able to somehow defend that and allow the rest of the team to come back alive. But in this case, I felt that at this point LGD is just bullying them with the Nike. They could have just ended there. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Nibin. Yes, so in ranked games, as I was mentioning earlier, you all don't have to creep for kills. Just wait for opponents to screw up if you're ahead. And then just look to punish like turrets and the game off.
Jungle being able to take that 10k lead as well. So comparing your jungle and your farm, Ali is not looking as worse off as the Kaiser is right now, but you can see from these rotations that Kaiser's kind of just been cut out of the picture, unfortunately, onto the side of Impunity. He's just not being able to roam as
because from what I understand, Impunity's roster, the main swap was that their jungler was actually a CM player, so most of the shot calling and decision making, like micro decisions, is taken away and nerfed once they did that change. The Gozu will look for the suck. Oh no, he sucks the jump fake. And then already will look to re-engage and end the base. Look at them, they're just bullying them. They're just hard pushing you without waves. I think they are more clear cut on like their macro and micro lah. So with that, the first match of the day will conclude here with a 2-0 on the side of LGD in their home country of Malaysia against Impunity, the representatives of Myanmar.
LGD fast-paced, even with heroes that don't really look
and we can tell from both of their games played so far, LGD is very disciplined. They know how to leverage their leads and who to prioritize in team fights, and hence they are able to end the clear games rather than drag it out. 你边也是在，对你边在帮我做 moderator。所以我刚刚说的是for those that prefer Chinese is that LGD prefers like 他们更喜欢，他们思路会比较清楚，仪式感也是很清楚， 这个时间点我们该做什么，转去哪里，团战的时候要切谁，他们理解自己阵容的强弱期。So now I forgot her name, but the MC for this tournament will now do the short interview, which is like normal procedures in tournament to celebrate like every small win or loss. So she'll now be doing an interview with JR. Let's hear what she has to say.
Actually play a lot almost all marksman. Now, the moment you saw your early being taken by impunity, how do you feel?
I feel so happy.
Can I know why?
Because Avenger.
Oh, okay. So you don't really care if they want to take early, you're still going to prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lady Sun it is.
Of course.
Okay, if you actually impunity right now, I want to ask this question for you because they picked your hero just now, right? If you actually impunity shoes, what would you change if you are them? What would you change for if you are them to win the game? Ah, 如果你们是 impunity 的话，你是在他们的战队的话，对吗？你会改变你的战略是什么？如果要赢的话，
我会针对射手。
Okay, want to be more aggressive then? Maybe that's the case. 还有呢？
还有针对打野。
Okay. I guess the next question. Thank you so much for the side of J. Now, where is the? Okay, what happened, bro? Okay, come here. The first game just now, you guys were not celebrating. Everybody win is like, yeah. You guys were like, especially you. Oh my god.
我操
Why? 为什么你感觉到好像你不开心的哈？你们不是好像你们赢了过后第一场的时候就感觉不开心，为什么？
我们打得不够完美。
你自己感觉不够完美是吗？ So basically I asked, why is he so stressed? Kenapa stress bang? Game menang, member stress. Why you so stressed? So, but he said because he don't think that they perform well. Can you tell me why you don't think it's perform well? 为什么你感觉打到不完美嘛？
我操！
就有点失误，不够快结束。
Oh, he's very perfectionist. So he think he's still not going to be enough. But in the case of your team, it was incredible performance still. But other than that, I want to ask last but not least, Xiang. Yes, it's going to be the last question from you, Xiang. You're the captain, right? You okay?
Okay.
Okay. Personally, what do you think of your team performance? Speaking of performance. 你们自己的表现，你感觉到已经是很完美了，还是你感觉到还是有很多东西要改的？
还有很多进步的空间，打得不够完美。
我操！
中间有一点小失误，不过问题不大。
So I asked him what did he think actually need to be better because they are not really happy. So this isn't that win, but not happy. Okay, this is Malaysia team, guys. Welcome to Malaysia. So why he's not happy? He feels like during the mid game there's still a lot that can be changed. But thank you so much and 恭喜啦 congratulations for your win. And that's gonna be us wrapping up from the stage. But
okay, so in this case, the way they answer, obviously they know they are the upper echelon of this tournament, so they have the rights to be like
fact that they've just won and they're just kind of like
confident of their win. They need to assert, hey, you better watch out for us. We're going to win this tournament. So esports players as a wise, if you do not have this confidence, how are you going to go out there on stage?
These players that are so perfectionate and
you need to have confidence in what you say and like how you show that I'm the best there. So the rest of the teams will be scared. Okay, 所以简单来说的话，如果你当职业选手的话，你没有这个自信，你没有
from what we see, but you
相
know
信
they
like
they being
虽然我们
looking to
人
go
家看
further
不起
than
我
you
们
know
还
this
是
top 8, they're
什
looking
么
to win it
我们
all.
还是
They're
尽
seeing
全
their
力
small
去
mistakes. They know
证
what
明我
they
们
can
是第一
improve, and that just bodes really well.
所以他们
Especially
给
for
的
a
答
home
案都
ground
是
team here, playing
冠
in
军
their
的
home
冠军
ground.
的
They
想
are a
法，还
Malaysian team with a
有
Chinese organizations
那
backing.
种思
So
路
you
来
know they
说
are really to
我们一
take
定
it
会赢
all,
这个
and
比赛。
that's just very good to see. You know these young players not taking a
So
win
you can tell
for
we
granted.
can
They're
tell evidently
taking
they
the
have a
lessons that they can take
championship
even
winning
from
mindset
a game
that
that
in the way they
looked so
answer
sloppy
questions
like
and
this.
they are not trying to push
Yeah, I
beat around
suppose
the
it kind
bush.
of
They got
bodes
things to
well
say,
for
they will just say it
themselves,
out.
but maybe the other teams, it kind of just be like, most teams are going to be like, but what you want about? Like, honestly, we thought that would be
So
our
these are
amazing
the
game,
stats
you
and
guys are
beats
just kind of
for
like, yeah, we
the
won,
second game,
but
as we can
do
tell.
better, and everyone else is probably like,
So,
oh man, what have we got
surprisingly, the
ourselves into?
Zhangfei
But
actually
that'll be for
built
later
a
in the competition.
frigid charge
But there we can
and
see the post
the
analytics of this
jungle
game,
knife
and once
on the
again,
side of
Xiang
Zhangfei.
and
Okay, so in this
Hussein
case, it was a
King
double
both get
smite
actually no, and JR joining the ranks
strategy.
as
That's
well,
why he could
all
use
getting
the
over
jungle
that
knife.
10k gold mark. Only 3 kills, only
And there on
4
the side
deaths
of
amongst them, or 5 deaths, sorry, amongst them all.
nothing
Only
much
dying
stands
once
out.
in this game, and you are
Oh, Mankey actually
not
went
happy with
for a
your performance.
semi-mage
That's
feud,
definitely a
which is quite
perfectionist.
surprising because most
I can
Mankey would look to
feel
go
that in
crit
my
attack speed
soul for
instead.
this team,
So he went for the
Impunity, like
Blazing
I
Cape,
said
Pure
in
Sky,
the,
and the
Raffle Cup
Frozen
game,
Breath.
too, they had
Because
a
his
better
skills
game,
actually
but
do
just
stack
like
off
we were
ability
saying,
power for
Zero,
those that do
and
not
it's
know.
good to see that LGD cottoned onto
And
it
that's
as well, is that
所
they
以
is
简单来
ability
说
to
的话，
play aggressive,
我
especially
感
if
觉
they
有
want to
点
stand
惊
against
讶，
some
因
of
为
these
是
other
什
teams.
梦
And it really
梦奇
showed
他出了
in this one. So
半
would this
弱，还
be
有
a
半
first lesson
AP
for
AD 装，
Impunity rather than like a
是一个小细节，很多人都不知道的。然后呢，
not as hard
张
fought
飞因
victory?
为他
They
带了
managed to get
惩
like a
戒，
2-0
所以他
against
出
another team,
了
and they're like, ah,
惩
yeah,
戒的
we're
那
full
个
of confidence now. But then they
小
go
野
against
刀，还
LGD
有
later on down the line, and
冰
they're like, oh,
霜
maybe we
冲
should
击
have played these guys earlier and been a lot more aggressive. I
来
think it's a
给
lesson
队
for both of them,
友
even though LGD doesn't really have much lessons to learn. They
来
only
给
have
队
like
友
5
一
players,
点
1 per
能力
person.
来
Come
控
on.
制
I wish
团
my
战。
ranked teams were like this.
Ability man. Yeah, I'm actually going to cook
yeah,
now.
I think
Okay, I'm going to cook
Impunity
later again.
had a hard lesson.
This is
in
an
game,
interesting build.
match 1, sorry.
Okay, maybe because Lady Zhao was going full tank, full damage instead of utility. That's why he could trust in the hands of Lady Zhen. As we can tell, their builds show that they trust each other to do their part.
Look at the item progression
Okay,
from
yeah.
JR as well as Musang King. It doesn't look like
Yeah,
a
later
game. It looks
later
like
you help me
a
ulti
game that's gone a
the
lot
one person,
further
then
on,
Kenny
but
go in
they
and
were-
find it
that's
out.
just how far
Let
they
us
were
roll out.
ahead. They were able to take anything anytime they want across the map, and Impunity just had no answer to it.
Yeah, there was
Okay, so there was
clear,
no answer from the side of
difference in
Impunity
the
for
macro
both games.
playstyle
They
on LGD.
practically
I mean, not
got
even just from their
snowballed
clash lane, Mayin,
very easily.
but JR on the Lady
Very
Sun,
clear.
really showing that the MO for LGD is definitely the
See,
aggression.
despite
because
having so
that
much-
second tier turret takedown,
You see, the Lady
27
Sun didn't even have
minutes
to
in
do
both
anything this game.
games really just showed
She was just she
dividends
took the least
on
damage,
their
yet she was
aggression
able to do
in
so much.
the whole of this series. And,
温
there
馨
we
提
go
示：
again.
鬼故事
Just
出的辅助
no
声又
jungle objectives
出
on the side of Impunity. All that nom 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 going over to LGD.
对啊
are
so what
fed
Shasha just
back
said was
into
that
game
the
two,
reason why
taking
there was
everything but a Tempest Dragon, because
the
if they
small stone
if
is
they
because
got to a
of the
Tempest
extra
Dragon, I
movement
think
speed that
they'd
鬼
beat
故事actually
themselves
needs to
up
capture
even
the
more, it seems,
to
after
speed up
that
and like
game-winning
capture the
interview.
opponents.
If they got to Tempest Dragon, they're probably like, you know, nah, we're quitting. We're not good enough. But they didn't have to get to that
So
point.
same
They
like
did smash
earlier,
out
except
every
this
other
time it took
objective,
them longer
to that
to
point.
like
So fair
secure
play
the
to
goal
LGD.
difference. And
LGD one foot
Impunity
across the
was
door
just wiped off
already.
the
They
map. Lah.
are
They just clean swept.
almost, I would say, almost secured the top 8 spot in
我要
this
吐的。
season 2 Invitational.
好好
which means that
好，
they're
我玩
almost
东皇
locked
，OK，
down
我玩
their
东皇
ticket
打野，
to
你不要
the
吐。
mid-season
好，
Invitational, and they only have one more
你
opponent
拿你的东皇去
which
打
is,
巅峰啦。OK，so What just happened was that
which is another because they
they
are
are
a
shamelessly plugging their
group,
Pong
three-team
jungle, and I
group
told
in
them
their
to play
specific
in
group, so they only have to
if
beat
they are
one
so
more
confident.
team to ensure that they lock down that top lane spot.
Yes, I believe that is RRQ.
That's so 敌方的射手还是什么？
In thinking.
他们定位
But yes, like you
于
said, they only need one more win to
是
secure their top
还是
spot
这样
in their
的
top 2 of their respective team.
Ah?
So anything after
No, I'm
today's
translating.
performance,
I'm
then
bilingual
they
casting.
definitely are gonna smash the next game, to be honest.
对啊。So the joke was that Dongwang jungle
MVP for
is
game
based
number
on
2.
having a stationary
Not once again, sorry, it's
marksman like
on
Dong Zong or
Musang King,
Fan on your side of the
the
team.
Mankey.
So the Mankey got
We
MVP
didn't really
because
see a
of the
lot of
amount of damage
kills on
dealt
this
and damage taken.
on Musang King this time.
Allowing
But still a lot of damage dealt.
Musang
We
King
talked
to
about
get
how
a
Mankey can be
2-1
unpredictable. He
level
can be
KDA
played
score.
tanky, he can be played as a DPS dealer, and with the highest damage dealt by him on his entire
build
team,
can
he
do so much.
definitely is in a good running for the MVP.
老是掉分。
Yes, I mean the rotations were not probably as aggressive as the Pei, because obviously Pei just helped himself to Dun's jungle in game 1, but
And then this is the instant replay of the key team fights that we had in the second game.
Is nothing to be frowned upon. It should definitely be picked more, especially when you're able to get that solo target CC onto some of these heroes on the side of Unity, like the Dharma, but he really was. He's just able to get around these walls a lot easier than most other
in that small skirmish, I
so
felt that Dharma
again,
will survive
these
if he
are the
went to the
highlights
health port
from
straight.
game 2, really showing
Oh, that was a
how
wasted.
aggressive LGD can play, and it's gonna
Why
make
was
RRQ
Megumi
think,
there
okay,
alone?
well, let's definitely not take this
He
team
was all
for
away. He should
granted,
just backed off.
because again, Megumi just getting caught out there a little bit too far from home. Unfortunately,
Yeah, the thing is
on the
that
side of
people do not
Impunity
know that
meant that
Zhang
he was
Fei
taken down on
double
3-0.
the double
This is
snipe
where we thought we was going to see the
synergy
end, but it
actually works
seemed
either
like
for the
it was
clash
just
laner
a
and the jungler or the
an
jungler and
effort on all
the support.
5 of the side
They
of
are
LGD.
more,
They didn't even
especially
need
since
the
most
Shadow
of the new
Vanguard
players
at
are
that
like
point,
ML
because
players
everything
or
was
what. So they're like,
down,
oh,
all the minions was
it won't work.
taken, but it was his
Why are we
last
going to
team
try this?
fight here.
It's a
Look
stupid idea.
at go. Megumi taken down. Then we see
So
the crucial crowd
for
control
those that
from the
prefer me
main
speaking
come through.
Chinese,
The only thing
我刚刚
standing
说的
between
是
them and sweet victory
那些
was
新手
Kaiser.
接触到这个游戏的时候不懂双城是一种打法，所以他们会吓到或者敢去拼一把来稳住节奏。
in their top 8 spot. They're
So in this case,
virtually locked
LGD
in
is able to,
already,
because they
but
won the game
there
by
is
2
one
points,
scenario where
they are able to get a,
potentially be a 3-1
they are at the top
tie
of the group
in
stage
their
now with a
group,
1-0
so-
score like and a
but still
game
taking
win
the first
differential of
game,
2.
the
And
win
then Unity
already
will
at
now
this
be at the
point.
bottom
They
because
should be feeling very well, but, you know, from what we
RRQ Rex
saw in their
Dragon
post-game
Koyon
interview,
hasn't played
they're probably
against
feeling, hey,
either
you know, we
team,
could have
so
ended that game
they are at
15
the last
seconds
for
earlier
now.
if we just did one thing better.
玩露娜去了，
15 seconds earlier, I think they're probably thinking maybe like 15
我
minutes
怕你的
earlier
露娜
before
飞
it
不起
even
来，
ended.
大哥。
Before it even started, they wanted that
开玩
game
笑，
to
开
be
玩笑。
over, it seems. That's how much aggression
So
LGD
now
had
there's,
in that
I will be
series. So
seeing
match
when the
1
next match
already
will
over
happen because
of
we ended
day
quite early. Normally
1,
they will allocate
and
time for a
obviously,
best
as you
of
were
3
saying, Zero,
if there's
that
a need to,
they are
but
pretty much almost
they might just
cemented their
continue the
way into
momentum
the
and go
top
on.
2 because again, having that strong footing in day 1 is just going to be a bit of a relief for you.
I do not have a be
going
right back
into
screen, but I'm
your
going to the
next
toilet.
day.
Be
I
right
mean,
back.
The next time we see
Chat, help me
LGD
tell those
is
that does
literally
come in.
tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll know that they are going to be in the top 2 because they go against RRQ. But before that, we are going to go for a short break. But then after the break, we'll be seeing All Gamers Global going against R8 Esports. So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll see you very soon. Oh.
Yeah, that's going to be the next match, which is going to be happening in another 30 minutes or so. That's going to be the Group B match. You know, we haven't seen both of these teams really face up against each other. Of course, All Gamers Global are a relatively newer team. R8 Esports does have a couple of players that may sound familiar to you. They have Illidan, they have Mihoj, they have Xenon on their squad. So, not complete strangers to us all, but it's going to be interesting to see how All Gamers Global is going to be facing up against
so
a
let me
team
check
with
what
a little
is
bit more
the schedule
experience
for the next match.
Yeah, I mean, All Gaming
The next match will be between
I mean, they were
HK
the
versus
Open Series,
R8
pretty much king of the what was called the EMEA
And
Split 1 finals, and they
do have
pretty much
time.
finished it with a lack of a blemish
I just
on
give me
their
an estimated
record.
time,
They had a
guys.
little bit
Come
more of a
on.
struggle in the actual qualifier itself than they did in the finals.
So for those
itself.
that are
They pretty
wondering,
much
HG
did
is actually
not
representing
play
the
around at all.
wildcards
But it's the
open
same roster.
wildcard or
these guys
open
have
card
a lot of character. I actually
side
like,
of things.
love watching them play. I love seeing their post-game interviews, especially with their coach Martin. He is an absolute delight to watch and listen to. They have their own little mascot The only thing that really threw me off, I thought they had a new player in that mid lane. I thought they had changed Devil to somebody else, but it turns out Lived is Devil, just the other way around. I'm not too sure what the reason is behind that one, but it's there. But again, R8, like you said, we saw a few of these players in Season 1. They were under a different organization with a different team, but these players have been pretty much in the scene for quite some time and in other games as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see how R8 do pit against the All Games Global.
Yeah, it's going to be a best of 3 just like this one. They are in Group B, and you know, just like how LGD was able to take the win, you know, both of these teams are looking to take the first game so that they are virtually secured in the top 8 for themselves as well, because it's going to be very important moving on.
Yes, and don't forget, guys, that Honor of Kings is up for a potentially winning an award at the Esports Awards. So we are thrilled to announce that Honor of Kings has been nominated for a Mobile Esports Game of the Year award at the Esports Award 2024. Don't forget to cast your votes now at www.esportsawards.com. Obviously, we want to get our game on the board. We want to see it win some awards. Just this early on into the global
I'm pretty sure
launch
we
would
will
be fantastic for the game and getting more players on board.
Absolutely. Make sure you vote for us, and you know, hopefully we get the award. And mention
no, stop plugging.
Season 2
Okay,
Invitational.
now it's my
Follow
turn to plug
Honor of Kings
fellow
Global
humans.
Esports social media on YouTube, Facebook,
So for those
Twitch,
of you that
join the
just
Discord
tuned
channel
in
and also
or
on,
have not
on
done
Instagram
so,
and participate in the community events,
DreamVox, we at
will
DreamVox
allow you to
Productions
stand
will
a
be doing a
chance to win
giveaway to celebrate
great
our
rewards.
official launch
There's phones, there's watches, there's
between
skins
26th
available
to 2nd
for
July.
you guys
So you
to
have
win. So
about
make sure you are
a few days,
already
2
tuned
to
into
3
these
days
channels,
left
and stay
to
tuned for all the information
join
there.
in the giveaway. So DreamVox will be giving away an epic skin of your choice
we are now going
for
for
the
a break,
7-day
guys, so
campaign.
we'll see
If we hit
very,
1,000
very
subs,
soon.
you
Don't
can
go
ask your friends
anywhere.
to sub. You don't even have to join our giveaways. We will add on a legendary skin to those that participate. And all you have to do to qualify is follow the steps in the description of this stream, subscribe, enable notification bell, share our YouTube channel to friends or family or whoever that plays HOK, that you know, online, offline. Fill in the Google form attached below so that we know it's a unique entry and it belongs to you. There will be no personal information that will be required, so for those that are scared of your confidentiality, feel free to be reassured that your safety is of our utmost importance. And then you can scan the app gallery QR code in a way to further support streamers like myself, Vane, Kenny, Kuro, and Celestial, if you love their content or like what they do. Because we are in partnership with Huawei App Gallery, so this is sort of our income also in a way. And then you can lastly scan the DreamVox Telegram group chat, as we'll be announcing the members of the winners of our giveaway at the Telegram channel, and we'll be sending out the prizes by 8th of July. So now they will have a short interval of 8 minutes before they jump on to the next match feature All Gamers Global AGHK vs R8 Esports. So in this interval session, normally how HOK Global or like HOK CN does it is they will have short advertisements of their game, short interviews about the upcoming match, etc. And then I'm guessing this is the sort of cringe ad of the blue side team versus the red side team, which is quite a cute ad, I guess. Like Ying and Fang. Then I guess this will be the Haitu. They call it Haitu in Chinese because it's more of a like the coastal city of the world, where certain heroes are like originated from there, like Byron, Alicio, and then there's Luara. So in a sense, even in HOK, we're like there's a mini MMORPG type of style where every hero has their unique story, their own animations behind, like why they are the way they are, or what is the reason for what they are like. Menki, as you can tell, he's a very happy, cheer, lucky creature filled with multiple monkeys as a family and a species. So actually, for the side of HOK, they do have a lot of indie like anime series that they dive into or like collabs with animes, or in fact they have their own series that is purely in Chinese, but there are English subs for the Li-Bai character and with cameo like from Piranha, etc. Those that are within the region of Chang'an, if I'm not wrong. It's a short mini series of 4 anime episodes. This is the standard login screen that you will see once you get online in HOK Global. So we have about 5 minutes, so I'll just answer any questions that you have about HOK Esports, especially the esports scene since I have more experience there. But I don't mind answering any general questions that you all may have on HOK as a game in general.
This is my story. A story of honor. A story of bravery. A story of heroes.
And download HOK. Download HOK. Support HOK, guys. Come on. Okay, so for this one, there's another ad. This is the new HOK exclusive hero called Luara. For those that do not already know, I'm sure all of you here know about this new hero. So, personal opinions on Luara as a hero. Her design wise is very unique and like it really shows the flair of her being the serpent maiden, if I'm not wrong. Then like her playstyle is also quite decent in terms of, if you all want me to say the meta or like tier listing, I will say she's an average marksman that can be picked up with a good frontline composition. Like if your support is a Zhang Fei, Liu Shan or Toon or something along the line. So she's more suitable if the team is able to create space for her to like maneuver in and out of between the S1 terrain walls and use her ultimate to block basic attacks. Though the CGI makes her look like she's damn broken, she's just decent, in my opinion. But maybe we'll be seeing a Luara pick in this tournament. That'll be interesting. Though there is higher tier meta picks, I would love to see underrated heroes get picked in tournaments. It always brings an exciting perspective to like audiences and the players. And now we have the HonorOfKings skins for Xiao Qiao, which is free if you log in daily for about 10 plus days. You can redeem a free Hello Kitty Xiao Qiao skin, which looks very cute and the animations are very nice for skins. And then for myself, I will most likely be getting the Ali skin since she's my main marksman that I play. And there is about 2 minutes to the next game.
You want to be strong? Learn from the pro now. When you're attacking a tower, you might accidentally target an enemy. Or when attempting a tower dive, you end up targeting the tower and minions instead. Professional players execute such
Yeah,
impressive
so these are
moves
some tips and tricks they have for those of you that are
killed by the tower.
unsure of why you are whiffing or like not doing a good job in attacking. So these are some basic settings that most of us Master Plus players will use like advanced so that you can split the basic attacks between minion, turret and your normal basic attack. So your normal basic attack will most likely prioritize the enemy hero based on the settings, whether it's percentage health, max absolute health, or nearest target. And then I guess this is their sponsored ad by the phone, Infinix, and in collab with EWC. Yeah, I'm guessing this is the ad for the phone. So guys, if you all support us, we can get good Infinix phones for Nivane and Kenny to have better gameplay, and they are able to show you a variety of heroes such as Mulan. So this is why you all should support us, so that we can get good quality devices to bring the best quality gameplay and content. Okay, so we'll be diving into the 王者荣耀。对啊，欢迎你来收看我们的直播。我现在是为了让那些国外的新手们更方便的接触到我们的那些职业选手和比赛赛区的一些观赏的感觉。So this is just a replace that they had in the previous qualifiers. 这只是他们前几个资格赛的名额。欢迎 welcome to the new viewers if there are any. So the next match will be between All Gamers AGHK versus
back, everybody, to
R8
the
Esports.
Season 2 Invitational of Honor of Kings.
所以下一场我们会解说和分析的是 AG 中国香港队对战的是 R8
But we are going to be seeing All Gamers Global going against R8 Esports very soon.
所以我个人觉得是 AG 会大概率会赢2-0。So for my own predictions, I am going to say that AGHK will win against R8 Esports 2-0 in this next series.
So this win will set them up very nicely to be in a good running to qualify for the mid-season invitational, but they still have to go through each other first before they are able to get to that point.
They do indeed. I mean, we've already just had that match one, but we still have plenty more in store for you guys today. Obviously, we've just seen LGD take a 2-0, a very definitive 2-0.
必须的呀，他们的 AG 都带着中国 AG 的名而来的，操，没有赢不是很丢脸。So what I just said to Sasha is that there's high expectations from most audience that AG has to win a clean sweep because of the name that comes with branding yourself as AG alone, which is top tier KPL team in China.
Experience playing like pros today with the Infinix GT20 Pro. But yes,
guys, please support our stream so that we can get the Infinix GT20 Pro for free.
R8 Esports. And then we have Cyrus and Team Secret, and then VKS against Boom Esports at the end.
Oh no, HKT.
But
Yes, it's a Hong Kong
our
team.
last sponsor
So,
is
in a
EWC.
sense,
Again,
there's
we're
a huge
thrilled
difference
with our
because of
partnership
how
at the EWC
each
World
region
Cup
has
for
been
this season
playing.
of Honor of Kings. This
Will we be
collaboration
seeing a
brings the
clean sweep
teams
like
one step
earlier
closer
today
to
with
the most
LGD versus
anticipated
Impunity, or
esports
will it be
event
a
of
close
the
match?
year. The top 8 teams for the Invitational will qualify to EWC in July.
So, for those that do not know,
All
the
these
top
teams are
8 teams
looking
out of the
to get
13
a
will
ticket
qualify for the
to
mid-season
that huge
invitationals
tournament.
in
And here we have all gamers
Riyadh,
global looking to secure that spot here as well.
late
Snow, my
July, early
Mio
August.
Sotis,
所以那些还不知道的话，这13个队里会有前8名会去到Saudi Arabia Riyadh 来参加年终总决赛，会遇到我们的 KPL 梦之队选手们。No Eno. Okay, so Eno is not taking part in this competition because for the side of China, they already have a KPL dream team that they'll be sending to Riyadh already. So those teams that qualify here will be facing against Eno, one of the players for the Riyadh competition. 对徐碧成 Eno 的话，他会在 Saudi Arabia 的 Riyadh 的比赛的时候，当一名选手来跟这些国外的选手们对手们进行竞技比赛。
A coach to help them adjust to these different playstyles, and that's gonna help them out in the long run.
Yes, I mean after AG Global's attempt in the Open Series, they are going to need whatever they can get to try and peak them in this best of 3, because like we said in match 1, it's all about getting that first
in a bit we'll
through
be
the door,
jumping down to
try
the
and
drafting
cement
phase,
yourself into that top 2.
also analyze
Obviously,
each
this
competition.
is
Group
B, so again, this is just a group that is built of 3 teams once again, so once you've lost to one of them, you've got to try and win that second game, because if you don't, then the knockout stage just isn't for you, homie. So let's see what these both teams have in store for us here, and we are straight into the ban and draft. Let's go through it, shall we?
Absolutely, game 1 is going to set the tempo, the pace of this entire series as a whole.
Doria. First pick of Alien on the side of R8 with a counter of Main and Kun for the side of AG. So 简单来说的话，我们在红色方的话，会比较喜欢搬那些一选英雄，假如大乔或者朵利亚。And then a very fast pick up from the side of R8, they look to pick up the Princess Frost and Sun
okay, so
combo.
we go a second attempt done in the Season 2 Invitational already. I feel like the teams are potentially trolling us from
Princess Frost combo will be more
just so
like
we can get PTSD
Sumping
from
ulti,
Season
CLM
1.
follows
Let's see
up,
what
they want to
happens
look for
anyway.
the
I mean, it's
dive and
AG
engage composition,
global
and then
with this
Princess
one,
Frost just
so
looks to
it'll
trap
be
them.
very interesting to see how they do
The way
perform on
all
the
three
dun.
synergizes
Obviously, we
well.
saw
And then
it
AG picks up the
in
lady
game 1
soon.
of match
所以
1, and it wasn't
简单来
played
说，
fast
现在的
enough
阵容
because
是
the
R8 想
team of LGD was able to
直
play
接
around that pick a lot
进攻
faster
来打
than
团
it
战，
seemed
然后 AG 的话
ever
应该会玩一个
thought they
四保
could.
一或者
But they do
围
pick
绕
up the
着
Lady
射
Sun,
手
so
来
again
打
we are seeing a few
核
little
心
bits
的阵容。
of
So
recurring
on the side
heroes
of
coming through
AG,
already.
they
So
ban
Lady
HOK,
Sun Main
who
from
is
the side of
counter
LGD, what
towards
they had on
Lady
game
Sun
2
and
is going
works
over
well
to AG
for the
Global,
composition of R8.
and then we see
R8
them
wise, they
ban
ban a
out. The
Ming as
last
a Ming
phase
Lady
is
Sun
those farm lanes,
combo
so the
is very annoying to deal
DRNG,
with and
and then
make them lose
obviously HOK
the
as
wave.
well. And then over to the
So
side
final
of
ban
R8,
on
we do have the
Yurenji
Elaine
on the
come
side of
through,
AG and a
Princess
ban on
Frost
Zhang
again,
Fei on the side
fantastic
of
utility
R8.
mage, and then the Sunbin coming through. So
所
with
以
the Kaiser
R8 的
not being
话，他们
banned,
进
we could
了
potentially see a
小明
Kaiser
是
pick
为
in the jungle
是
for R8.
不想让他们的下
Yeah,
路
they need someone to
打得
go
很难
towards the
做
front，lines
因
to
为
soak
苏
up
珊
some
香配了
damage,
一个小
and
明，
Kaiser
是
definitely one of those jungle heroes that
前中
can
期很强的
fulfill
对
that
线
role, can
能力。
also do the damage that if they require
而
him
感
to
觉会打
be.
起来比较凶点
And-。
对啊， 国外的
RA
他们
definitely
比较
they
喜欢
do
打
have that
凶
in the
一点，
repertoire
没有
as well.
没
So
有
definitely
那
a
种
hero
稳
that
稳
will
扎
fit
稳
into
打
their
的想法。
current
So
lineup.
on the side of AG, they pick out 墨子 which is also a very
Yeah,
good
banning
pick.
out the MiG
Here with
and
his
the
CC
Zhongfei
immunity and
towards
his
the
ability
end.
to
Again, I'm not too
just
sure where AG is
ultimate on
actually
whoever
going with
comes
this
in.
one in
所以
full because again, Dunn could
AG 的
be
话，
we've
他
seen
们
him in
选择了
the
一个墨
support
子
picks
来
as well. He could be
有一个强
jungle,
的
he
前
could
排
be
来
mid.
控
No,
制一
the
下
Mimotsi could be big,
RA
but
的
it's not.
抢
He is
攻
definitely going to be
能
in
力
the。support lane. That definitely fleshes out that last
And then a
pick
final
there,
pick
the
of
Lady
Concert
Jen
U and Kaiser
going in
on
the
the
mid
side
lane,
of
and then
RA
Motsi
with a
as the
final pick of
support, and
Lady
then Dunn
Chen
is
on the side of
definitely going to
AG.
be a jungle pick. I was hoping for a little bit more of a zesty jungle pick towards the end there, but we got the Lady Chen. We can be happy with that. A hero we did not see much in Season 1 Invitational.
Oh, I'm talking very fast. I got
On the side of
Chinese.
RA Esports,
Oh.
they did lock in the Kaiser towards the end of that one, so maybe they're cooking. Maybe they got
Since
something
every
going on
competition
here,
is only
especially with
manners
Super
and
Big
basic sportsmanship
Kaiser.
to shake hands and acknowledge fair
Yeah, that was a
play
good call
and
from you,
integrity
and
with
looks
competition.
like RA definitely does
所以
agree with you.
每个比赛他
You
们
see the both
都
the
会有一
coaches
个
leaving the
握
stage
手
there,
时
and fun
时
fact
期
about
来
the
表
RA
现
Esports coach is
公
that
平
he's
的
only
战争。
19. We don't usually see coaches
还
younger
有
than most of your players in the lineup.
So this is the lineup
Definitely
for
a
the
young
first game of the
coach to
best of
say the
season.
least, but
这个
again,
是
knowledge
我们
has
BO 3
no
的
run
前
age.
翼
This guy
主
clearly
力
knows what
的
he's talking about,
BP
or else he wouldn't
锁
have
定
got
了。
the position that he has right now for the side of RA.
So if personally
again,
you ask me,
we
I
saw
would
the
prefer
Console
to play on
came
the
through, and the
AG
Kaiser being
composition
the
because
last
it's
pick, so
more
she
well-rounded
happened to
and
be on the
they
Kaiser.
synergize well
We'll
with
be
each
interested to
other's
see how they work this
utility
around,
kits.
because again,
哇，盾
throughout the
打野
entire
盾
of
打
the
野都是
open
一种
series, we
通
had
常
O2
的
being a obnoxious long
选
range
择啊，
stun,
只
and
是在
especially
国
paired with that Lady Sun
global 的
now,
话，
so
我
if
们
we
很
have the
少看到。
Motu able to actually
So on the
use his first skill to lock
So 我
down
个
even one of
人
the
觉得
squishy enemy
如
heroes
果
on
是
the
我在
side
打的话，我
of
会比较
RA, then
感
you've got
觉
Lady Sun who's just able to
AG
poke
的
from
阵
a
容会
distance
比较
as
好打
well,
因为
so
他们的阵容比
again, there's a
较
lot of
完
utility
整，又
in
能
uh,
连控，
Shin
又能
Ming's pick
团起
there.
来。
So here we go, game one,
So standard
match two of the
standard
day
buffing
between all gamers
墨子 went to
global
help clear the
versus
clash lane
RA
as a
Esports.
roamer because he wants
It's
to
gonna
get
be
help Mine get the
interesting,
level
and it's
lead
also
and goal
interesting
lead
to
ahead
see
of
that you know
early end so that they can
all
steal the
gamers look
pangolin.
really
所以
trying to
来
get
说的
this
话，
Mine
简单
off
来
to
说的
a
话，
great
墨
start.
子
The lane
前
not
中
the
期没有
strongest
帮
of laners.
真
So
机来
they're
讲
gonna need
一体现，是因为
to
真
be
机
able to. Oof,
进线的
that's
能力会
a
比较
quick
快
pick，off
他
there
去
by
帮了对
Zai.
抗
Huge
路的
first blood.
纪晓满来清兵，为了能
First
更
blood
快
just
升到
as
二
we got
级
to
来
that
抢
minute mark for
四甲。
Zays, but here we are as we're speaking about
So
Motsu
apparently there was a
and
first
the draft.
blood from the
He
side
is
of Zai
most common skill
Zai's
combo is his
Lady
first
Sun
basic
on the
attack, and then
opponent's
second because
concert
with
view.
his
所以
passive
在
he
我
can
在
push
解
back,
说的时
and
候，
then obviously flash during his
孙
ultimate
珊香
to stun the
对
unsuspecting
敌方
enemies.
的
So
射
again,
手
you may
离境
engage
拿
one
到
way,
了
but
一
then you may
血。
flash and then use his ultimate to lock down one of the more
So with that early game, as we all
heroes
know,
on your enemy team.
Chinese
So
teams
that
or
is
those
Motsu
teams
for
that
you
are
guys who have may not played him
natively
at home.
Chinese speaking like to invade once they get
I
that
love
first
Motsu
clear
playing
cut
the support.
early game
Less
advantage.
in the mid
And
lane
then they will
because
just
we do
look
see
to
some
back off
teams
if they
play
can catch someone they
that
can.
hero
所以
in
我
the
们
mid
知
lane.
道的
Not
是
my
那些
favorite
通常
sort of mid laner. It doesn't have
用华
a
语
lot
来沟通的
of
对
wave
假
clear,
如成
and he's very
AG 还有
immobile
LGD 还有
but he's
Team
really
Secret
decent
的话，
in
他
late
们
game, so they have
一
that
旦
going
拿到
for
了
them.
前中期
Smite
的优势，还有
very useful for jungle.
一血或者什
Actually
么，他们
necessary
会
for jungle heroes
找
just
机
to
会
be able
去
to
反野，
propel their
反
farm and also allow them
敌
to
方
purchase
的
the
红
jungle
区
items,
啊、红
allowing
爸
them
爸还是蓝爸
be，able to steal
为
enemy
了
objectives as
更
well,
快
which
有
is going to
节
be
奏，
huge.
还
And
有
sometimes we do see
更快的
teams playing with double smite on their supports as well as their jungle just to play even more aggressive.
So what I just said was that because of the early
Yeah,
game aggression from
picks
Toon,
like the Zhang
being
Fei
able to
as
tank,
well,
they are
is
able to
actually
invade
dive
way
in
much
onto
faster and
those
snowball
enemy,
and
those
to
big
end the
jungle
game
objectives
faster
to steal them as well.
with the
So
momentum.
again, Zhang Fei with
As you can
smite
see here, they are
on the
invading
back
the
fold. Do
blue
not
buff
blame
because
your
nobody
teammates
is
in your
free
solo
enough to
rank queue.
contest.
If he
And
does
in
that,
such
he has
my
got
own
10
persist,
brain if he
Xiao
does.
Toon is able to
So
get
again,
clear
we're already seeing that
Ham and
there is
go
a
advantage
gold
over
lead
RH 的
on the
blood
side of
太子，
AG
所以我们能
Global
看到他
right
们
now. Lady
带
Jet up
节奏
into the
的
flash
能力
lane,
很强，
helping the
因为他
Mine.
们
There's
有
that Death on
很
Sunset
多
to make him
保
untargetable,
护
to get
机
him out
制，
of
假如
Lady
夏侯
Chen's
惇的
ultimate, which
反
was
野能
probably a
力。
great
所以
utility.
刚才
You
那
don't
波
want
他
to
们
give
进
over
了
any more gold to
敌
the
方
side of AG Global.
海的
So
蓝区
again,
来
I think
反
that was probably a good
让他的
call
蓝
for
发
the
还
side
有
of
他
Alright.
的
Yeah, but our AG Global
这
is
个
really
野
playing this
区
done to
野
the
怪。
best way possible. I mean, playing it aggressive, invading your enemy's jungle moving around with the supports. This is how, you know, this is how the Impunity should have played this done. Active, roaming around the map, and also putting pressure on your enemy's jungle.
So
Miosotis is playing very well.
They are doing a very great job of applying pressure on the map, and as you can tell, they technically memorize the timing of when the buff was spawned. And even if they get caught, the team will lose to
Winter is coming through, and he does shut down the Dun as well.
所以简单来说的话，
Miosotis goes
他们已
down to
经把敌方的
there on the
buff
side
的
of R8.
刷
R8
新时
picking up
间
a kill. The
记得
Giant
很
does
清
bleed.
楚
The
了，所以他
Giant of
们
the Open Series has
勇敢
definitely
的
taken a blow already. So
去
R8
反野
that would
他
be
们
a
不
good
怕，
confidence boost for them
他们不想让那个
in
节
this
奏
game
掉
one
下。
of a match 2 of the day. But I think that was a fantastic placement of Winter's coming.
If you have any questions,
by
you can feel
Princess
free to
Frost.
use
So
the
Zen
chat.
really showed
如果你
why
们有
he
一
is
些
a tried and
问题，你
tested
们也
and
是可
been
以
on
放
many
在
teams as the mid lane as well. So those all
comment section 里
important
面。
jungle
我会
objectives
回。
are now up, and it looks
So
like
because
AG
of
have got
their
their
1k
eyes
goal
casted
lead and
on
the
that
amount of
tyrant,
map
and
pressure
they
they have
do
applied
secure
on
it.
the mid and bottom wave,
Yeah,
they are able to
early,
secure the tyrant with no
advantage going towards the way of
concession.
Ultimus.
所以
They do
因
have
为
that
他们
small
有
little damage
了
buff if they want to
中路和
utilize
下路
early
的
on, but most of the time,
节奏，
especially
还
for
有
the first
兵
tyrant,
线
it's all about
带
just
兵线的能力，他们
getting you to farm a bit
能
faster,
很顺
maybe
利
push down
的
a tower or two.
拆掉
It looks like the bottom
一
tier
塔，还
one
有
tower might be the target
拿
that
掉
Robo is looking for, but
暴君，
not gonna get it
因
until
为
the
敌
next
方没有
wave of creeps.
能力来开团或者
Yep,
拆视
she
野。
have kind of got a little bit of a
So what I just
dirty
said was that
invitation there on the side
they got
of
no
red
capability
jungle. He was
to
like, you know, I'm gonna help myself just
to
to this little
contest
camp here.
Tyrant
And
earlier.
then Miosotis was like, no, you did not get clearance in my jungle. Thank
Hello,
you very
welcome
much.
to the
I'll
new
take
viewers.
the
Thanks for
gold
tuning
back
in.
from you. They do
欢
on the
迎
side of
新
AG Global
进
are
来
able
直
to
播
pick up
间
that
的
farm
观
lane
众们。
turret in the bot lane
不
there.
单开
We're
迷
looking like Zaze is looking for that
yes, it's
GR
a high chance that
playstyle,
they
hoping
will
to
look
try
to
and
go
get
for
that
full
second
tank
tier
high
turret.
because
The Devon Sun
Alien
through
is
to
not
stop
really a
that minion
tank
wave
in the
as
sense
well.
that
They do
he's
pick
more
up
of a
the red
bruiser
buff,
fighter.
however,
所以我刚刚
R8, so
解
first
释的是
overlord does go to Shehab, so a 50
那个凯可能会
percent
出
objectives
纯弱，因为亚联不是
Yeah, but
能
the tower damage
有这么
in the
多
bottom
能
lane
力
is
来
already
扛
getting
住
starting to
那
stack up. It's already
个
down to half health. Elaine had to
敌方
back
的
away,
输
and
出
that
能力。
allowed Zaze to continue putting on damage towards
So
the
as you
bottom
can
tier
tell,
one
it's very
virtual
clear.
tower, and it will fall.
They elevate pressure.
Pre 6
They
minutes, even faster
they
than
baited the
what,
opponent to look
LGD
for
was able to do to their opponents
top
earlier on.
tier one, instead trading for the
Yeah, I feel like
bottom
it's a
tier
little bit
two.
of showboating here, like, we can do a bit
Because
faster than
Mayin
you.
alone is very hard to
Like,
check,
a little
so
bit of
it
like,
sort of
we may
wasted the
not
time
meet
of
till the
Ari and made
knockouts, we may
their
never meet, but
macro
this is what we
decision
can
very
do,
poor.
LGD.
所以简单来
But yes,
我
already
来
looking like
解
an
释的
assault
话
here
是
on the mid lane
因
as
为
well. Moosey just missing out that long
敌
range
方
stun, but we
R8
see that
的阵
Elaine
容
is going to the back of the queue.
想
That
切
flash coming view
刚才
to
那个有些
save
技巧慢的话，
in
他
the
们
mid lane, but we are
去
seeing
找他
a
的时候
lot of，
因为他有很多
skills
位
being
移
dropped down here. The Winter is
和
not
生存
catching out
能
any
力
of
比
AG
较强
Global's
势，
teammates, but
他们就失去了下路二塔。
well, so the early engage aggressor, the Elaine,
So in
actually
this case,
falls
even if
in
any
that
of them
1-0
falls off,
trade.
so long as it is not
AG somehow
the
managed to get out of there without losing any of their members.
Lady
So
Sun,
great
they will
disengage,
not
great
really
backup
be
coming from the rest
looking
of
to
the
lose
team,
much
and
in
they
terms
get
of
themselves
the
a kill
composition.
to,
所以
to all that
如果
fire.
他们
Myosotis
R8
is
不能
really
抓到
trying to prove us wrong.
真
He's
机
been
或
playing a fantastic game
孙
on
胜
this
香
gun
的
so
话，
far.
他们这把有可能会容易崩掉，因为现在的孙胜香已经经济已经滚得很大了。So if they are unable to catch Lady Sun, their amount of goal differential and her ability to farm up with no interruptions because her mods is always around her area and the team is always playing around her position. It will lead to a disastrous situation for R8.
He comes through from that first skill, a death on Sunset, dodges everything else.
As we can see, the Lady Sun is just going ham. She's taking turrets, she's taking waves, top wave, bottom wave, mid wave. 所以我们能看到的是香香的这个节奏思想路很清晰。他拿了下路二塔，他就转上，拿上路二塔还有兵线，他们就能继续翻滚他们的能力来开上路的
is gonna
Ha.
get such a huge
Lady Su is their
lead
call.
in this
Yes,
game.
Lady
The
Su is
top
their
lane
call.
pressure is gonna be huge. Great
As we
disengage
can
there by
tell,
Xingling,
because of the
setting up
smooth momentum and
his first
everyone
kill
is just
to
playing around
ensure
Lady
that they
Su.
have
Main
some
can
way
bring the
back
sideways
away,
auto.
some way to
Can look
back
to
up. They
apply
will get
pressure.
the
If they
mid-tier
don't go for
one
Main,
tower
they
as
have to go
well,
for
and
the
this is
defense.
a
And at this point, they
lot
cannot
of
really do
lane
much against
pressure
them
going
against
towards
the
the
defense.
way of AG Global.
所以现在如果他们
A lot of real
不
estate
快
going
点
over to the side of
找
HG
节奏
Global
来
as well.
切
Now
掉
that
孙
that
真
mid
香，
turret has been taken,
或
it
者
opens up their
他们的
R8
核心
jungle even
纪晓
further.
满可以
They do not
边
need
带
to pass
线
go. They do not
其
need
他
any
队友可以
clearance.
跟
They
着孙
have
真保护
taken
着孙
out
真香，让他
the
拆塔，让他
security
罚雨天。
of that jungle because that mid
So
lane was just stopping
as
everything from ganks.
it's very evident that there's a 4K
farm
goal diff.
or on
The
side
graphics
of
too has
RH
error on the
jungle,
side of
and
Starlet.
now it's wide open, especially with that high ground turret being
Yeah,
taken
with
down
such a
as well
clear
in the
lead,
flash lane.
with
That's
such
just
an early
gonna
game
bring out
competition,
those
they're able to
higher,
just invade
damaging
and
minions
look to
as
team fight.
well. But Elaine is into the back queue there onto Lady Shen, but it's not going to be enough. He does get frozen. He
所以
gets
虽然
knocked out
他
by
们杀
Mayin
掉
as
了
well, but then
敌方
was
的
there a pickup
夏
on
侯
the
惇，
dun into
敌
the
方还有
front
多一
line of that
个
full
半
fight?
前
So
排
we've seen a little bit of a
墨子
trade
还
there,
有
a
纪
little
晓
bit
满
of a
可以
team fight
拆
being
火。
taken in two places.
Yeah, that's
So
sort of
though
just
they took down the two,
manhandled
there's
four
still
heroes by himself.
Mai
So
and Mozi who can
dying
serve
isn't the
as
best
a
thing in the
form
world,
of
but you know,
firepower
being in a
diversion
position where
in
as a
fights
done you're
from
able
the
to
Lady
just
Sun.
tank four players
So
and
in a
stop
sense, it
them from
wasn't a
backing up
bad
their
trade.
teammate. I think
And with
Maya
two
Sotis
ways
will be more than
pushing
happy
very hard,
to take that trade.
it's
And
very
he's
hard
been
for
playing
R8 to make a
phenomenally
comeback.
so far. He's definitely
所以
in
因为
the
有深
he's reaching
入
the
优势
mid
的
game the
情
mid
况
game
上
stage where you know his damage starts to
R8
fall off and
的
he's
阵
more than
容会
happy
很
to
难拖
just
到
play
后
in
期
a more supportive role for now.
找个翻盘点。
Yeah, I mean, like you said, dying when you're holding off the most of the enemy team's front line
As you
is
can see
probably
from the
a
stats,
valiant get for the
Lady
side of
Lady Sun
AG
is
Global.
more
Maya
player
Sotis can
utility
die knowing that he
so
did
that they
his
can funnel all
job,
the
but
gold
there is
to
that gold
Lady
grab,
Sun.
so yes, I was safe to
所以
show
我们能
that
看到的
Maya
是很
Sotis
明
is ahead
确
of the gold, not quite far ahead as what you
AG 他
saw
们
in
全
game 1
部
between the two
差不
junglers,
多
but
都不
definitely
需
a
要
steady
吃
1K
经济
between，
所以全部的
those positions, which could mean
投
a
资
lot
进
in
香
these
香的
games
发
as
育。
well, and then goes the
So
second shadow
as we all
turret
know,
as
Lady
well.
Sun is the core for the self.
She
AG
having
they do
to
not
force a
really have
retreat
to
here
look
on
elsewhere
Overlord. He's not
to
looking
funnel
like he
go
can
into
take it quick enough.
the Mai
Unfortunately, Motsu getting picked off there.
or
Thanks
Tun
to
or
the
Lady
winter
Sun.
is coming,
As
and
they're all playing
Ryoshi
around
getting
Lady Sun.
the claim of kill onto the Motsu there. So Console U coming through with another kill for R8.
Yeah, Qinglin a little bit too aggressive there, trying to face check the bush. Got caught up by the ultimate, and there was just no escape from him. But still, it is a 3,000 net worth lead being taken here by the side of All Gamers Global. And their Lady Sun is already online, already dealing a lot of damage. So it is her time right now to carry the game.
Yes, carry the game indeed, but we have a bit
So,
of an engage here.
Mayin is
Tanks
actually
are
looking for flank
fighting,
angle, which is very good from a
and
clash laner
not
that is a
much
fighter
relay
that can
damage is
engage
going on there,
and
but there
manage
he's
to
done soaking
land
up a lot of damage. They've been split into
and
three
split the
different
team
fights
fight.
here. Mayin's at the
OK，
back.
这把
We
他们
have
打得
Lady
很
Shen
好，
at the
非常好
front.，
因为纪
Kaiser
晓
is
满
looking
在绕
pretty
后的时候，
low.
他
Dun
还
takes
能找
down
到
Shihab
一
there,
个
and then we have Lady Sun picking up the Elaine at the back of that
黄刀进
fight
来
also. And we have the minion
拆
wave in
火
the mid lane, and they are looking
and because
for
of that
their
team fight,
eyes
it's
are looking
a
to claim
3-0
that higher ground
sweep
turret.
from
And I'm not going
AG
to claim the
and they will be
victory here
looking to
because there
end
is
the game.
only
所
two
以因为那把那
teammates
波
remaining on the
团战
side
打
of
得非常
R8,
稳
and all they need to do is
节奏
wait for
又
those minions to
很
come round.
清晰
R8's not getting
他们
close to
这
close
把
them
就
down. We see some
一
Ben
波
really
了。
trying a valiant effort there, but the
So
crystal gets
AG
taken
will win
down
the first
on
match of
the
the best of
side
3 series，
of
所以
R8. So
AG
AGHK with
暂时
potentially the
领先拿下
fastest win there.
BO3的第一分。
That was just... I mean, we were talking about how aggressive LGD was, but AG Global just took things to a whole nother level. They took the top tier 3 within 8 minutes. They ended the game within 12 minutes. I mean, it is obviously, since we only have, you know, 3 games that happened in the
That was
group stage so
a
far,
much
but
cleaner
so
game
far,
compared
that
to
has been the
the
fastest
first two that we saw today.
ever to be
那
played in
波
the
他们
Honor of
打得
Kings
太完
Invitational
美了，
Season 2.
感觉比
And if
我
season 1
们
was
今
anything
天
to go
看的
by,
前
we saw
两
a lot
把
of
更
showboating with trying to close
顺。
those games as quick as possible between teams like Foot Esports,
yeah.
VKS, Alpha 7. It was all a little bit of like, hold my beer. I'm going to try and take this game a lot faster than you did. And it was quite fun to see. But yeah, AG Global taking that fast game there. R8. To be honest, I feel like performed a lot better than I expected going in against the Open Series champions there, because they were a ferocious team, a force to be reckoned with in the whole of the Open Series. So for seeing R8, who always seems to come like second place in the MENA region, especially towards
so
Team
R8 was
for
the
them to go
MENA
neck to neck like that, yes, they didn't really get much of a macro gameplay
的
going
话
on
是那
or
个
take
Mi
many turrets, but
Mi
they still definitely seemed like the
Middle
team
East
fights
还
was a little bit
有
even, but it was just unfortunate that
Middle East
Dunn
North
was able
America
to soak up
的
all
代
that
表
damage. I
队
think that's thanks to his shield.
Yeah, I mean, we don't say that often, but I think that Dunn might be the MVP of this game. I mean, his early game aggression invading the jungle was taking
So the
taking
MVP
everything
for
away
this
from the
game,
Kaiser
I will
definitely
probably
slowed
give
down
it
his
to
game
Xiao
and
Houtun,
just made
the
him
jungler
a
for
non-factor
AG.
in this
所以我个人觉得的话，
you know,
这把
let's
的
see if
MVP
it might be the first
真
time in
正
history we
值
see a Dunn
得
MVP here
MVP 的
in
是
the season
夏侯
2
惇打野
Invitational, but you know, he's definitely had a
AG
great
的
game in this first game.
Miles.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of people praying for our downfall if it is the MVP
So these
of
are the
game
builds
number
that
1
they
in match
have
2 of
done up
day
for
1.
this game.
But yeah, just looking at these
这个是他们
post
第一把
stats,
的
obviously Zays and
互装
Mayin taking a lot of the
互装
gold
英文
this
的
time
话他们没有
around.
发表
AG Global weren't able to peep
There
that
is
10k
nothing-
gold club like
There's
side
nothing
of
out of the
LGD were, but they were
ordinary
able to
for
take it a lot
beats
faster.
wise.
So if they did want to really, they could have prolonged the game
初中
just
铭
to
文
sort of
初
smash
中的
that
话，我感
10k
觉没
gold
有什么
goal that seems to be going on right now. And then over to
不
Sarada
正
of
常的
R8, there
全部
was
都出了通
no
常
deaths on the
打
Sunbin.
比赛
So
会出
Sunbin
的
was a
出装。
slippery one. I mean, to only lose by 2, 3, 4, 7 kills onto AG, I think that's a given. I think they could have taken that a lot further than they did.
Yeah, but you know, one crucial fight in the late game is all you need to really end the game. And you know, it's great to see All Gamers Global was able to spot out their win and was able to take it from
我
there
感
on.
觉的话是
Great
BP 的问
recognition
题
from them
吧。
not dragging the game
R8
any
的
longer
阵
than
容
it
太
should be.
弱了。
And
So personally, what I
taking
feel
damage
is that
taken.
the drafting wise on
Bioshock
R8
is definitely
is
did
very
his job.
lacking compared to what we
65.8,
expect from
almost double of the
from
Moses and definitely
countries
had a
with
great
more
game
experience to take
in
the
this,
case. So
in this opening match.
in a sense, they got outdrafted.
You can see with the
because
team fight
of-
rating,
and
you
their
can see
execution
why
wasn't that clear.
Sunbin was able to just like get out there unscathed. She's kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna pop my movement speed increase on both Consort U and the Princess Frost, and I'm just gonna like fall back a little bit here. Just you guys go ahead, do some damage. I'll try and put some damage over time and some AoE damage on the floor there for you, and we'll see how that goes. But then Mioj was just able to be like, yeah, no, it didn't go quite the way we wanted it to. Done aggressed us. I'm dipping. I'll go back to base and just recuperate and see you when you spawn, it seems there, because all three of those heroes at 100% team fight rate there compared to the likes of the Elaine, which I thought was going to be a little bit more impressive in terms of team fight rate, because we did see Elaine quite often into the back of the team fights trying to pick off the likes of the Lady Chen, but wasn't quite as successful.
Yeah, that's the weakness of that Elaine, is
And
that he's very weak in the lane, and pre-level 4 he
And
really
as you
doesn't
can
really
see
do much
clearly,
in
this
the lane.
is the
All he can
goal
do
differential
is,
from
continue to progress in terms of items,
first game.
continue
这
to
把
farm
我们
up,
能
and if
明
any
确
sort
的
of
看到
gap
他们
comes in
的
before he's level
经
4,
济
he's
差
usually
距，还
dead. He
有
doesn't have a lot of mobility to get away from that, and
接受的能力。
can just see how dominant All Gamers Global
他
was.
们
They
很
did
快
not
就
take
把
the,
经
one of the
济
overlords, but they did
的
really need it at that point.
差距拉开的很大，所以
Yeah,
能
no, there.
快速的
Let's
结
see
结束比赛。
what, who, or
So
where
in this
is
case, the
gonna be
MVP will be
the
able
MVP.
to
Oh, thank goodness
ladies
it wasn't
food.
done. It was Zays.
But KDA of
Zays
Sun
with the macro
301,
plays, taking that second tier
43.9
turret. The
damage
sweat
dealt,
has
1.2
just
damage taken,
evaporated
and a
from
total
my
goal of
noggin
9K.
because I was just hoping that wasn't
所
going to
以
be
这
a
把
done
的
MVP
MVP 就
because
是
I
给
think
了
we'd both be
AG
done,
的选手
lack
在
of better words, but
在 Z
Zays getting that 3-0
他
no
的
death run in game 1 against R8.
输
Damage dealt
出
by
伤害占比是 43.9%。
2k damage taken and then almost that 9.5k gold.
So in this
on the
case,
side of
Lady Sun was
AG
given the
Global,
MVP
and
because
especially on a
of
hero
her
like the
ability
Lady Sun. She
to help
needs as
her
much
tank
gold as
and
she can get as both
funnel
JR
everything to her,
and
which is
Zays
what we
has
expect from a
proven.
4-1 protect composition.
Absolutely, and this
所
early
以
first
简
big
单来
team
说
fight
的
in the
话，
game, I
青
thought
丹
you
香
know
能
All
拿到
Gamers
MVP，
Global
所以他的
kind of got away
队
with
友
murder. 3 of
是
their
围着他
heroes were
打
low
四
on
保
HP,
一
but
的
they
阵
somehow
容。
all managed to
然
just walk
后
away
全
from
部的
that.
经
So
济都
huge
给了他，
turning
所
point
以
of the game where
他
it
这
just
反而
started the
吸起
snowball
来
there
又
for All
能当
Gamers
核
Global
心来玩。
was just that fight. When you engage so much, when you use so
As we
many
can
of
see
your
from
resources
this,
to try and
from
get
all
a
these
kill, you
team fights,
don't get
this
any
team
and
is
you
very
lose one in
comfortable. He started
return.
at the back,
That's when it
rolling,
starts to all
rolling
crumble.
in,
And
he's
here
rolling
we see
out.
Zays being
And
able to
he's
stay
just
in towards the
using
back line,
basic
do
attacks and
anything
skills
he
to
wants,
burst down
does all
the
the damage he
所以
needs,
这几
and
把
All
团战
Gamers
来
Global
看
was
的话，
able to
很
close out the
明确
game
的
before
能
the
看
12
到
minute
出
mark,
生将
spotting the
很
win, spotting the advantage,
很
and taking
很
game number
很
1 of this best
爽
of
的
3
能
series.
发育起来，又能打
Yeah, I
团。
mean, if we're looking back at that replay, we kind of see two really unsung heroes in that whole fight. We had the Mayin that was able to sort of single target and knock up one of the more powerful heroes on the side of R8. And then we also saw Motsu do the same thing as well, flashing in, using his ultimate to try and lock down those more heavily damaging heroes going into those team fights, which was easier to enable the Dun to soak more damage there. So well played to AG for that great draft. I'm not too sure what they can do there, but here is the creation party, guys. So if you've not heard about this yet, you can apply to become a Honor of Kings creator and post about Season 2 for a chance to get rewards. Search HOK Studio to link
Okay,
to
这个
find
不
out more
重要。
information.
Okay, this is not important. So what
Absolutely, make
we'll
sure you
be
do
moving
this.
on
I've
in
already
is
done it. You
the
know, there are
quick
rewards for
promotion for the new
supporters as well as
viewers
the
and
creators,
those
so
that
make sure
just
you
joined in.
do either one. You know, it is
You all can look to
just
earn an
things that are
epic
given to you
skin
for
between 26 June to
for a little bit
2nd
of your
July.
effort, and of
If you all
course,
join the
all this support
HOK
will enable us to give you a better show here
Telegram
in
group
this
chat
season 2
of our
invitation.
DreamVox production. And once we hit 1,000,
Yeah,
we'll
I
be
mean,
giving
there's
away
a lot of
extra
things on there,
legendary
like obviously like win
所
rates
以
of
简
certain
单
heroes,
我来说的话
builds,
是
guides. There's
我们
pretty
现
much a
在
lot of things
有
on there
个
that can really help you improve your solo queue if you're no friends Bob
节
like
目
me, or
是
your fight queue
26号到
three
2号
man
的话，我们
duo
会
queue.
给一
You
个
can improve all together,
皮
but
肤还
yeah,
如
plenty
果我
of
们
resources from that little studio there, a little bit
达
of
到了
freebie
1000
from the side
个
of Honor of
subscriber 的
Kings.
话，我
Thank
们
you,
会给
Mr.
出一个
Mrs.
legendary
Debs,
skin.
much
所
appreciated.
以
But yeah,
how
once
you all will
again,
look to
I'm not
qualify
too
for this
sure
will be in
if
the
there was
description
anything I
of
could
this stream.
really fault of
You all
All
can turn
Gamers
on,
Global
subscribe
in
to
that game
notification.
1. 'Cause, I mean,
Subscribe,
they
turn
didn't
on
really give many
notification
deaths.
bell, share the DreamVox
They were able to
production
pick up a few kills.
video
Mainly
YouTube
just
channel.
more so they were
Fill in the
playing
Google
around the
form.
objectives
There will be no personal
as they were meant
information
to, rather
quiet,
than
so
just trying
your
to have team fights
confidentiality
and
is
just
safe
put
in
any
our.
unnecessary team fights
And then
in
you
the
can scan the
meantime.
app gallery QR code to support
Yep,
us as
absolutely.
streamers or like
Their
our
aggression
content
was
team.
calculated. They
Such as
weren't
Invade,
diving towers
Kuro, Will,
when they weren't
Kenneth,
ready. And
and
every time
Celestial.
they got a team
And
fight
then after
win,
that,
they
you all
always
can
got an
scan the
objective right
Telegram
after that, which enabled
QR
to
to join
continue
as a
on
member
their pressure,
or
continue on
join
their
in the
snowball, and really
link
allow
below.
them to end this game
And then
so
we'll
quickly. So
notify you all on the winners on our
you
Telegram
were
channel and all
expecting All
prizes will be
Gamers
sent out
Global
by
to
8
do
of July. 所以呢
like so well like this. I was
如果你
expecting
们
a
想
much
参加
closer
我们
fight.
的
But
giveaway
you
的
know,
话，
this
是
performance
你
from
们
All Gamers Global
那
is
个
definitely
instruction 在
showing why they
这
were
个
so
直播
feared in the
的
open series.
description 里面。所以你们
not
要
looking as
关
deflated
注
as
我们
LGD were after
帮我
every
们
victory.
分享
I'm
我们的
pretty
YouTube channel，
pleased at
还
least I
有
can say.
有一
Or at
个
least I can
Google
assume
Form
there. There's
让
like, yeah, we
让
played a really good
要
game.
你
Zays
们
didn't die once.
填
We pretty much
你
got
们
every
私人
jungle
的
objective apart from
东
one
西我们不
overlord.
需要
I think that's a
所以你们
pretty
不用担
solid
心你们
victory
的
in
安全
game one.
然后
Whereas
呢，你们
R8,
可
I
以
feel
帮我
like
们
maybe
扫
needs to have a little
扫一
bit more
下那
progression
个 App Gallery 的
the jungle, maybe
QR code
switch out the
来
jungle
支
pick,
持我们的
tank
直
style to
播
go for a support tank instead.
主
Maybe
播
we
们
could sort of see, even though Zhongfei
如
was
果找不
banned
到的
in
话，
game
可以用
one,
那个
we could see
slash
the
Discord
Zhongfei
的
come
command
through
来
earlier in the
去
pick
找
and ban a。
然后
draft
最后
there
一
for the
个
side
是
of R8
可以
because
参
in the open
参
series,
加入我
Zhongfei
们
was
的
one of the
DreamVox
most
Telegram
sought for
community
heroes in that
的
support role.
个房间
A very
还有
tanky support hero,
我们
not really able to
giveaway 的
provide you
赢
with
家会在
CCs
8
earlier
号
on, but
前
the strength of the
赢到他
Zhongfei is
们
being
的
able to play defensive while also being a
皮
mid
肤，
shielding
还有
a
我们会
body
在
for your
Telegram 里面
teammates to
通
play
知
off of. off with something that, you know,
So we
something
will
that
be
RA was
notifying
missing in
and
the
all the
first game.
instructions
They
will be in
didn't
the
have
description of
the
this
Kaiser,
page.
who didn't have a good jungle. He didn't have a good start
So
to the
they'll be
game, so
moving
he
on to
didn't have
the ban pick of
the
the
items
second game.
needed
他
to
们
really be the
现在会
frontline that
进
they
行
needed. So having
第二局的
a
BP。
support that can fill in those shoes can really take away the pressure off of your jungle player's shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at one of the documents that obviously I put together for seeing what these players pick on both of these teams. And to be honest, out of all those picks in Game 1, AG Global only really got that Princess Frost that they picked religiously throughout the entire of the Open Series. They picked it 10 out of 14 games. Pretty much won a lot of those games with that pick as well. And I mean, that really showed it, that obviously playing against that Princess Frost on the side of R8, that didn't really need that because obviously they went for the other lady that can freeze people, Lady Chen, and was able to do just as effective, to be honest. We had Elaine having to dodge those ultimates from Lady Chen as well. So again, I think it was just a brilliant performance and a great draft in Game 1. But it'd be interesting to see if we see
well, we'll be able to end by 6 o'clock, and Debane will take over its regular
or even the Byron. Again, we're still yet
所
to
以
see a
如果
Byron. This is a different
这
picture
场
from
打的
Season 1 Invitational,
顺
from
的
the
话，我
Open
们
Series, from
就
Chop
会差
PR
不
as
多
well.
我会
Byron
解说
being
一
one
下
of those big
我就会
tyrants
下
in
播了
the Clash
让
lane that
我
most
的
people generally
同事来接班。
Yeah, I'm surprised we
来
haven't
做他
seen a
的
Byron
通
pick
常
or
直播
ban
的
so
内容。
far. He is one of the strongest laners in the Clash lane. Obviously, he's less effective towards the
So
later
we shall
stages of the
see
game
if
and also in
I
team fights.
will be stopping a
That's
2-0
the
or
trade-off
2-1.
to have, you know, such a strong lane bully. And, you know, against heroes like the Mayin, against a lane, I would expect, you know, you want to just stomp the lane without needing your jungle hero to rotate there and help. Having the Byron will allow you to have that that flexibility to put your focus on the mid and on towards the mid lane and the farm lane, because you know that your Clash laner is able to do anything he wants just because of how strong he is in the lane.
Yeah, and here we are. One of our favorite parts of the entire games is that draft where we get to try and find out what they are planning in these bans.
The
and
ban
picks.
of
And
Haino
again,
on
it's looking a
Lady
bit tried
Chen
and
on the
tested,
side
a
of
little bit of a
R8
flashback from
because
season
they
1.
are
Oh, Dolia
assessing
and
as
the
a
Chao being banned
standard
for the
bans
first
of
time.
Dolia
Who
and
would've thought?
Daqiao the side
But
of
over to the
AG because
side
on
of
the red side.
R8, we see a little bit more of a
And then they
mid
pick up the
lane
Gong Sunli as the first R8 pick, and the same pick of Princess Frost and Mayin on the side of AG. 所以 R8 进了海若和甄姬 ，then AG 的话，他们进了大乔和朵莉亚的阵容，因为这两个英雄一出来，阵容就很难打。阿里一选 R8 选了阿里。
That's great.
AG 的话，他们就
That's great for R8. They know that, you know, we
纪晓满
don't have to
和
really put focus. We don't have to
王
help
昭君
Byron win the lane because he's gonna do that on his own.
选
And
了
Mai can really just focus
火
on
舞还
rotating
有
towards the
黄
farm
铁
lane, shutting down the
AG
DRJ
就
on
选了
the
狄仁杰
All Gamers
，so on the
global
side of
side
R8 they
and
picked
allowed
up
the
the
early
Mai,
to about that.
Shirainu
Should
and the
be their
Byron
game
looking
plan in
to
this
go for
game.
team fights again.
After
Once
seeing the
again, team fight
Byron, but
continues.
we might see the Mai
And
rotating
then
up to the
AG looks to
Clash
pick up
lane
the
just to make sure that
狄
the
仁杰
Byron
with a ban
really
on 张
gets
飞 from the
off
side
on
of
a hot
AG，
start.
张飞进了。AG 进了张飞
we saw an，
然后
interesting
呢
ban there on the
，R8 就
Ming.
是
I
一样的
really
思路，
seen
一样
AG
的
gamers
阵容
AG，
他们想打
Global,
团，
sorry,
他们
pick
不
up the
想
Ming
给
before. Maybe
AG
it's
一
something
种
they've played
突
against
出
in the
的
scrims
空
that they
间
don't want to
来
sort
发
of
育。
face on the live stage.
And then
Especially when you have hyper
Ming
carries in
ban
the farm
from
lane as well.
the side
But
of
you do see that AG
R8.
do take off that jungle
R8
phase,
的
so
话进
it
了
may
小红
force
，and
R8
AG
to
的
go
话
for
进
another
了裴
tanky
擒虎。
jungle pick this time around. They take the pay off the board as well. Again, we know that Shihab likes the
R8
pay
的
pick.
话
It's
进了
definitely a
孙膑
meta favorite in terms
Cause
of
okay,
the jungle.
so
when
as we all know,
there's
Sun
little else
Bing
left.
is a very
But
annoying
another person, another hero that has
disengage
not been
with
banned
his ultimate,
for the entire
so
of
he's
this
able
day one so
to
far
stop the
is Lamb.
engage
So we could see a
from the
Lamb
side
come
of
through
AG.
here.
所以孙膑的话，我
I'm
们知道他的大
surprised
招
at
很
how
特别
the
难
focus was put on the lamb. Like,
搞。
same
如果他
with the
打得
Byron,
好
I
的话，
guess,
他
is that,
能
you know,
拆
these heroes
拆
that
火，
can
他拆
really
火能
enable
力
your
很强，
snowball.
又能
I expected them to be a bit more
拆散
prioritized, but it could
AG
be
的
just
强进攻
different sort of playstyles that they were adopting from their regions. And we might see a little bit more
墨
of
子
them
pick on the side of
coming on as we
AG，
head on
又
later
选
in the group
择
stages.
墨子。
Hey, I mean, we're getting some love arts there
And
from
then the last two
Ryoshi,
picks
but
on the
it
side of
doesn't
R8
quite
lacking
yet
their
top
jungler and their
the
support.
magnetic dance of Open
墨子
Series
yes，
from
墨子
the
墨
side
子墨
side
子
of the Vicious, which is still probably my
廉
top,
颇
in
support
my
pick
top
start
10 players taunting
because
on
of his
stage.
CC
It will
immunity,
never be
which
forgotten
doesn't,
that MZK will
which is
forever
quite a
in
threat
my
against
heart,
AG.
but
AG's RA picks up the Mankey because they also want to look for the mobility. 所以RA 选了廉颇和梦奇来对抗AG 的AOE 控制技能。Yeah, so RA will be looking to go for flexible team fight with their mobility. 所以 RA 的话会 AG 选了一个雅典娜打野，所以AG picks up Athena jungle in this case. 所以 RA 的话会选会用他们的
What was that? 20 deaths towards the end or something like that?
Literally.
Athena, yes, Athena jungle, which is interesting. Maybe AG has something hiding up their sleeves, and they want to show that they are threat even with non-meta picks. 可能 AG 的话，他们要对全部的对手们说，下个把位。说我们能拿雅典娜去打野，我们能赢，你们该怕我们了。前期留下的，可能是it could be a sacrificial Athena strat, see what things like to run. So we shall see what goes on in this. Oh, yeah.
Stay in that team fight long enough to pick off one of these squishy.
I will be siding on the side of AG for this round because I like unorthodox and I like to see team scoop. 所以我这把是站着 AG 的阵容，因为我喜欢看那些出其不意的选择。
So much better draft, I think, from the side of RA. Let's see how they fare in game number 2.
Yeah, like you said, you're much happy with R8's draft. I'm much happy with R8's draft, just the fact with Liampo being there alone.
No, it's okay. You just support whoever you are, okay?
Whole team knock-up from Liampo. It's definitely something that warms my little toes in this.
Standard Ali leader with the support.
Again.
没有什么出其不意阿里前期是在中路先
because this didn't actually like surface towards the end of the Open Series Split 1, so again this was something that they played just like the Guan Yu as well, was a little bit something they always kept on the back burner, something to surprise those final enemies.
And this is interesting strategy here from R8. They send the marksman towards the mid.
I would assume that AG is trying to practice for the longer and bigger tournaments because of there's a chance that they might implement the global drafting. 所以我感觉的话 ，AG 他们应该是为了比较大的那些比赛来准备，因为可能会出爵士 PP， 所以他们没有选那种一样的。 全部一样的英雄。Sorry. Yeah, because in a standard like pro play, this won't happen in a rank, but normally because Ali has a early game matchup against most marksmen, they'll look for her to start middle, while the mid laner will rotate to contest farming.
Build up some energy before a
for
team
the first
fight
few
because
waves.
you'll get that shield that will just literally keep you sustained in those team fights. When you think you're gonna die, pop that ult and say goodbye to your enemy.
For those who don't know what the energy is, it's that red bar below his health points, and whenever you have enough energy, every one of your auto attacks also give you lifesteal. So that's why he's so sustainable, and that's why he's such a strong lane bully, is that he can constantly just keep trading hits, knowing that he can out-sustain you later on. By bottom lane, they're trying to go for a kill. He can come towards the back line, but Zai is able to get towards safety. Xenon not able to snap him off.
Athena gets the first blood.
Early goes down. Ryochi is gonna fall, and that is gonna be the first blood going towards the way of all gamers.
那波打得特别完美。 他们把雅典娜拿了空气的一血 ，so in that first fight it was very clean. I have no idea why RA was greedy for the kill or Kiranji. They should just backed off at that point because of the 3-4 minute jungle diva. 所以那波他们RA 的话是贪了Kiranji的人头，他们小看了他的生存能力。
heroes on the side of R8, but we have Mutsu and Princess Frost down to the bot lane as they do have a minion wave here. The farm lane turret is looking pretty low. The winter is coming and actually freezes the Liam Poe there to stop a potential great
despite his
engage
survivability and him holding a flash. They are not being punished very heavily in the bottom lane.
Caught out there by Mutsu's first ability, saying don't come down here.
To trade a Gongsun Lee for nothing early is detrimental for the side of R8. They want R Lee to farm.
They should be able to get it. They are
所以那
trying
波
to
因为
defend
他们
with
的
the
失误
Liam and RD
阿里
still
现在
there.
落后
Notifications
了
are coming in from
对线
Xenon
狄仁杰
as
是
well.
落后了很多，又
Shehab trying to
他
go
们
for
又
the
想
kill, trying
围
to
着
go
阿
get
里
something
发
done.
育的
Mankey
话
towards
是
the
很
backline,
难
get
的。
something off, but here comes the ultimate coming from the Mozu, but gets knocked up by the Lian Po, and that's going to be
And
a
then they're
kill
still
on
looking
towards
to fight.
Qingling.
What
They're
are
going
they
to try to
doing?
go for more. Here
Will
comes
they
the
be
Lian
punished?
Po, no more ultimate, but he does still have his
And
stuns.
they get punished for
Mankey called out,
for overstaying their
fall.
position.
Zaze will be the one to pick up the kill.
因为他
One for
们
one trade.
又
And I
又
think
犯了
all gamers
一样
global are
的
going to be
失误，
more
他
than
们
happy
又
for that
被
because they are able to convert that in
这
towards
地
the
方
objective, which is
拿这
that
机会来
first
翻
tyrant.
盘。And because
Yeah,
of
if there's a
that,
place you don't want
no
your
juggler
jungle
means
to
no tyrant.
fall, it's definitely at
对啊，
that
因为
4-minute mark
打
when
野
the first tyrant and
死
overlord
了
is up.
的
I
话
mean, the
他
death
们这
timer
波
at
就
this
不
point
能
in the game
拿
is not that harsh, but as you
暴
saw,
君。
it left that
我
tyrant
掉了
wide
点。
open, and you've now given that tyrant
It
buff
was
over
a
to the likes of
positioning error from
DRNG,
Mankey.
you've
They
got it
shouldn't
on
have
Mayin,
stayed.
you've
They
got it
should
on
have.
Princess Frost as
They got
well,
greedy for
so
kills. That's the problem.
huge damage going to come through
More
now,
reasons
but
they
more
are not
damage
as
than
disciplined.
would normally be at this point in the game.
所以
But
新
now we
新
have
来
the
的
massive
赛
aggression
区，
from
他
that
们
chain
有
link
像
to be able to wipe
那
out these
些
minion waves a
老
lot
玩家
faster,
们，那
just
么
opening
老
up
玩家
this
赛
farm
区
lane
那
turret.
么
But Liampo is not done yet. He does a flank ult into the Princess
discipline.
Frost, but I think that flashy play is not going to be quite enough. We see that
Nice,
Ali
nice
is
play
able to
from
pick
Ali.
out the
With,
DRNG. So
mobility.
again, that was a
on
nice
the
play
DRNG,
by
helping them
Luigi
to
on the side.
get back
R8
what
bringing
they
it into a
lost a little bit.
2-2 trade.
Okay.
Overall, in
Athena
game 2
just
so far,
annoying
Athena
them,
looking a
just
little bit sticky there. Plenty of
pressing them.
dashes, plenty of flashes, and she is looking to be
And
taken
she
down
dies.
as well. There it is. We see that Mai Shiranui
So
get
as
in,
we all know,
knock her up, but then
Athena has a
Byron
very
comes through
unique kit
with
that
the
allow
last
her
hit
to
onto Myosotis in
stay
that mid
alive
lane.
and not go back to
Huge turnaround
the
there by R8
base
to get
with
2
her.
kills and take the lead in terms of the kills, evening out
Once she
the
dies.
Net worth
Wow,
as
they're
well,
going
and
to-
they might be the first one to take the tier 1 tower on
Yes, they are.
towards the farm.
所以那波的
And with
话，
RD, they can make short work of that and take
确实
almost take the lead. They
有
take the
点
lead for the first
亏
time in，
是
this
因为
entire series.
阿瑞打完了雅典娜的
Yeah,
话，他
I
们就
mean,
能
this is definitely
猜
what
下
R8
路的
needed
伊
to
塔。
stay in this game, and they've definitely cottoned onto something here with this team comp so far. Let's just hope that they keep riding this wave because they're only slightly ahead of the gold. I mean, this is the first time that we've seen the team ahead of gold. It may be faint, it may just be a flat line of gold difference, but it's still a goal difference nonetheless. But R8 looking to try and go for the Overlord here. They've got to be careful because DRNG and Mutsu are here. They are able to close the Overlord as well, so that is a
所以这波R8 的话是很顺利的拿下了主宰。
knock up there from the Liam Po, but nobody to follow up. Liam Po is just a little bit too overextended. Meat was just a little bit too early.
Liam Po did have a good idea. He wanted to engage the enemy because they know they have the Overlord buff and they could look to fight AG, but then there was no follow-up from the team, so that was probably a miscommunication error on the side of the players. Yes, correct. No one follow Liam Po. 对，那波本来廉颇的思想是对的，他想进去打团，因为他们拿下了
Both of these players is going to
主
come
宰
down.
buff。
It's reaching the big game
可惜
point
的是
where
因为队友
a lot
们
of
没有
focus
跟上，
will
所
be
以他
on
被
these marksmen. Ryoichi had a great
抓
start, so
住了。
did Zaze. So it's going to be more of the positionings. If anybody gets caught off here, Shea taking a lot of damage. She's in
And
trouble. Has
Myosotis will look to
back
go for the
off.
back line.
But here comes
He's
Yatina towards the back
tanking
line.
and he did it.
Myosotis soaking up a lot of damage, but is able to survive at the moment, and they're trying to get something.
And if you all
trying to
actually
secure a
notice,
kill at this
there's
point,
actually a
but
level
the
lead
side
for
of
Myo.
R8 was just
This
able to
is on the
disengage
main
all too well.
by
And
about
looks like all gamers
2 levels
will
earlier.
try and take
And then
this
there's also a
top
level lead
tier
on the
1
core
tower.
of Direnjie, which means that they have
numbers.
actually been
Zaze
farming
is
the
already
enemy
down
jungle.
half health, very
That's why they have
dangerous.
the level lead.
Xenon on the
所以那
mine, we've seen him in
如果
action
你
in
们
season
刚才有
in
看
this
到的
season
话，
1 invitation, and
雅
he
典
was
娜
a beast
对
on that
比
hero.
梦琪的话， 多2级。然后呢，狄仁杰对阿里的话是高1级。
Well played on the side of R8. That is definitely
another
foot in the door in hopes to try and turn this game 2 into a game 2 victory rather than another L for them.
How teams are prioritizing Ali,
AG Snow plays his Maheen very confidently. He was able just to walk up to the Liempo. Didn't care that Liempo was there in the same push as him.
I don't think teams will pick Mulan when they are more priority
even doing anything, but
in this
again,
tournament.
the Tyrant goes over to the side of AG Global.
Yeah.
Very close game, very interesting at this point because it is just one team fight away from either side to really get out of hand.
解说期说的是下一把挑战是很关键的节奏点，可能会让哪一个赢团战的队更舒服很多。So what the caster just said is that the next team fight is very crucial as it's a 10-minute overlord, enhanced overlord and tyrant path that will help snowball the lead of whichever team wins the next team fight by a large. Come on.
Try and carry towards the late game, but again, they are very equal in the turrets right now. So actually, no, we have R8 taking more turrets than AG.
So it's very clear cut. Every team knows that. Oh, once I have it, I have to go. I have to fuck up the enemy jungler.
We're seeing that R8 are favoring that overlord a lot more than the tyrant, and it's really showing that they've got focused that they've got more turrets.
看 R8 的
状态很好，他们的输也很多，应该找节奏，来搞敌方的打野。Oh no, they wasted all their skills on AG trying to get a kill, but AG was able to get out alive.
Zay's popped his second skill a little bit too early, did not dispel the final tick of the stun, but somehow managed to survive through all that, and nobody dies on either side. So that goes to show how close of a game is this game number 2. It can still go either way. Myosotis has been on this Athena. We haven't really seen too much
because of map pressure and map control, they are able to secure the tyrant with very difficult contention from the side of R8. R8 will look to reset the
Yeah, I mean, it's not really paying much right now because I mean neither team was able to close a kill there. I feel like the Liempo and the Monkey.
So at this point of time, what will be optimal team fight for either teams will be that they will look to poke down the enemy's core, or they're looking to dive it. They got a kill on DreamVox.
Byron takes down the DreamVox once again. Liempo going in for a double knockup.
And it's a 3-4-4, 2-4-4 team fight. One in the favor of R8.
4-2 trade for the guys of R8. This is a really good
and with that, they take the bottom tier
2
turret without minion waves.
They could
所以那波打得非常的完美，他们知道他们很明确的想贴狄仁杰，然后那波打完了狄仁杰，他们就很舒服的召唤士来赢那波团战。4 kills for no, yes, you're not dreaming.
Do a little bit of cheeky play trying to steal the blue buff
yes,
away
and then
Myosotis
will probably look to take the overlord. 所以这把可能是AG 的打野想找一个绕后的位置。You looking for a flank angle to counter the fight. Yeah, they did very well. And AG Myosotis blocks, he dodges, oh, he's caught off guard.
No matter how many dashes, no matter how much CC immunity, Monkey is able to get the last hit onto Athena there as well. So again, 10 kills to 5 for R8.
Wow, that's a very interesting 4K goal difference on the side of R8 compared to AG.
Seems like the draft just isn't serving them too well in game 2.
Yeah, and also R8 just have a much better draft compared to game number 1. So any small mistakes, R8 is able to punish this time with their lineup. They didn't lose the jungle badly. They were able to stabilize the lanes, and their team fight is just so good with the Lianpo as well as
what AG
as
should
well
be
as the
looking to
Maestro.
do is
So much knockup,
come
so
back
much
from
CC,
behind, in which they
and
stall
that
for
is
as long as
really
they can
giving
before
them
they
a
go
good
back in
lead
for
at this
team
point.
fight.
6,000 net worth lead to
对，这
the
把如
South
果
Arabia,
AG 想
towards the
翻
South
盘的
Arabian
话，他们应
organization.
该
They
先
are
拖
in
后
such
期
a
来好
good
好发
place
育
to take
然
to
后
force
把
us to
阿
be
里或者火舞抓掉。
Yeah, I mean, it definitely may be the full best of 3 we may
Yeah,
get all day.
Burning
It
Crusade
seems
can definitely
0,
shoot.
but
Yes,
I don't
the
want to
Burning
count out
Crusade always can
AG
definitely
just
shoot.
yet
Are
because
they? Do they
sometimes
know
all
their
it takes
momentums
is just
and
a flick
are they
of the wrist,
disciplined
and
enough?
it just
Not
means
make
that
mistakes.
you're able to ace your enemy team and then get
对，
a
如
solid
如果 R8 想
minion
结束
wave
比赛的
all
话，
the
他
way
们不可以
to
太
the
贪人
crystal,
头，
but
要好
VJosh
好
doesn't
的
want to get
把
caught
团
out
战
here because he is.
打
We have
得
to say that one of the
丝滑一
vital
点，
parts of these
来
massive
结
engages,
束
the
比赛
reason。why they've had so many successful team fights is the combo of the Lianpo with the Menki, and then obviously Byron coming through being hard hitting. My Shiranui as well being very hard hitting. Those crucial knockups from Zenon as well have really just been putting AG Global into their place right now. Byron looking to try and get some sort of push into the higher ground turret, and I think that's probably the next point of call for R8 is trying to secure some of these higher ground turrets.
Yeah, they don't have the best sieging lineup. The Arlie doesn't really like to stand in a single place for.
Oh, Lempo will be looking to go in
They're
Lempo.
trying to go for an engage.
Instead of going, they
almost
take
falls
the
there, but they
top
were
tier
able to
turret.
get the tier 3 tower. From that, they get a kill.
你好，
on
你
first
好
reload. That's a good counter start.
你好，你好。
Athena trying to
欢迎
go for
欢迎。
someone, but not able to get the backup that he needs from the rest of his team, so he's gonna be content to back out from that. So one kill for one tier 3 tower, I think R8 is more than happy to take that trade.
Yeah, they're just gonna wait for another 25
So now
seconds there because I think if a team
R8
fight is
doesn't back
forced here
off
on the
and
side
play
of
discipline,
AG,
they will be
like
punished.
Global,
AG
they
can
may
just
be
go
able
in
to
and
take
dive
it from
them.
them. I mean,
所以如果
without
这
their
这
backbone,
波
their main
AG
backbone at least,
R8 没有
that
等有波复活的话
Lianpo has
，AG
been,
会
like
有
I've
一个
said
翻盘的
before,
能
so
力来
crucial
打
into
4打
those
5的
team
团
fights.
战，因
So
为
again,
R8 的
R8
前
just
排
need to
有一
kind
个
of just pull it back a little bit here, just make sure
So
and
if
maintain those
R8
minion
doesn't play
waves.
very
Are not
disciplined
going
and
to
they
do
have a
too
front
much
liner
in
in
favor on the side of
Nippon
AG,
who is
and
part of their
wait till
heavy
that
CC,
massive Lianpo
heavy
comes
CC.
through. But
AG
my
will
looking
look to
for
punish that,
a push
but
in
apparently
that
they do not.
farm lane again. They are
Lianpo
wanting the
overstep.
higher ground turrets.
Uh,
It seems in the
he
second
overstepped.
side lane.
I wouldn't feel that Lianpo should be like this.
AG 7,000 net worth.
There's no
down
reason
at
to
the
trade
moment.
your life
Do you see any
when
way,
you're so
any
ahead.
sort of way they can come back from this outside of a good engagement? Because
So R8
Athena
will look
does fall
to
off,
take the
so does
overlord
the
uncontested.
main
R8 的
first
话，
lane.
这波可以拿
Again,
下
I mean, you
主
can
宰
see。that Mayin's trying to get like a bit of a macro play going on here. I think they're just trying to focus these side lanes because they know that most of the time R8 is
那
going
买
to be
的
grouped
back
somewhere
player，
within
我
that
感觉
mid
雅典娜
region
这
because
边
they
不好
don't
打。
have the first and second tier turret in the mid lane now on the side of AG. So having that wide open just has it's just a huge
Yeah, problem is
playground
comms.
for R8 right
It
now
always happens.
in game 2. But like you said, the
Okay, so
AG
now
are very
8K
able,
gold
but
is the
quite far
advantage of
behind in
R8.
that gold. So again,
现在
that
有
makes a
8000经
huge
济的差
difference
距，
in Honor of
甚
Kings.
至
Maying just looking to
R8
try and stay out of
更
these
有机
team
会
fights
赢。
and allow her team to start the team fight first and then her come from to the back line and try and be effective that way. But I don't think they're going to get the opportunity. Here are the Vanguards. The Shadow Vanguards are rocking around as well in that farm lane. The Winter is coming is just placed there to try and stop the minion waves from taking that
可
higher
是我
ground
感
turret
觉
in
不应
the
该啊，
farm
因为
lane. But look at this. This is just so
这样
shaky.
可能
They're
是
just
他们要
waiting
搞
for
科
the
研，
right
还
moment. The
是
Shadow Vanguard
还是
has arrived at that
有自
farm
己的
lane
想法。可是
higher ground turret as
不
well.
应该在
Lianpo is in there. He's just teetering. He's
group stage 里
waiting
面
for somebody
为
to slip
为
up.
这个险
There is
啊
engage.
有
There's
点
the
冒险
ultimate.
欸，
It's
我感
already
觉。
been exhausted here. So again, we're not going to see that
So I
for
felt
another
that
few
it's very
moments
risky for
now.
them to
But they
want
did
to
get that higher ground turret in
experiment and
farm
put
lane,
in
which is
the
going to be great
in the
for
group stages,
R8.
especially
They
since it's
only
a
have
best
one
of
more
3
turret
and
on
all
the field
points
to
are
try and
vital for
take
them to
down.
move on to the
That's
knockout
the
stages,
last thing stopping them from winning.
which
game
is
2.
what actually helped them qualify for the
Yeah.
mid season.
R8 will be more than
所
happy
以
to be able to take that
感
tier
觉他
3
们不应
without
该
losing
搞
out
科
any
研
of
或
their
者 尝试了一些其他的阵容，因为如果 Group Stage 的话，他们拿不下他们
I expect them to utilize to try and push
分组
on
内的
towards the
前
high
他
ground
们
in
就
this
不
mid
能
lane.
去
The last tower standing
年
here for AG,
中
they
的
will need to defend with their lives.
总决赛比赛。
It feels like
有点
AG
是
Global
冒
have
险
kind
啦
of underestimated R8 from that game 1 because it was such a quick finish that they thought that they could pick this
So now,
Athena
as you can
team
see,
comp going on
AG
here and finish the game
using their
early
wave
again,
clear to
but
just stall
it
for
seems
time
like
and
they
look
just
for
thought
their pick
they've
comeback.
definitely
所以现在的话
underestimated the
，AG
power
的
of
话是
R8 here
拖
being
后
able to
期
take a win
保
on the
存他们
side
的这个比
potentially.
赛
I mean, a
延
little bit
迟
foreshadowing here, but
结
this
束
looks
的
very
能力
hopeful
来
that
搞一
last
波翻
standing
盘
higher
的
ground
机会。
turret is still alive. It is no more. It
So as you
falls
can tell, despite having
again,
such
so
a
they
clear
have
goal
no turrets
advantage,
to hide behind. There's only
R8
the
is not
crystal.
able to end
Athena
the
looking pretty low. Just get
competition
some of
as
those bad
smoothly as
boy
we
minions
expected from
into
them
that circle in the crystal, so you
compared
can
to
start to
the
assault
other
that
3
crystal
matches
as
we have
well.
had
We
today.
need to see the
Small
closing of
matches
this
that we had
game
today,
soon. We
where
don't want to
things
see
ended
that
very,
first
very
Tempest
fast.
Dragon
Now
come
it's already
through,
18 minutes,
because if it does,
where
that could be
any 5v5
troublesome
mistakes
for
or
R8
blunder from
because we
either
know
team
how
would
powerful
cause them to
that
lose the team
Tempest
fight,
Dragon
and then
Vanguards
they will
can
just
be.
look to
But
end the game
Athena's
from
trying
there.
to wipe out
And then they
those
will be
minions.
looking
We
to
see
catch
that Mai is into the back there, looking to
the
try and
Mai,
take
and
out
then
some of
they
their
will look
teammates.
to
Byron is there
shoot
as
the
well, but
Byron.
it's already going
Byron
down for
pops his
R8.
Sage
There's two of
Sanctuary,
them down.
and
There's a
he
2-1
looks to
trade
change
so
for his
far.
Destiny,
Byron's
but
back up
there
back to
was
Sage
no
Sanctuary.
Destiny
He is
play.
now going
So in this
down
case, Byron will
again.
for
Double
Mai
kill
also
going over to
in
AG
exchange for
Snow.
Athena, but
We have
don't forget
R8
Athena's
on
passive
the
but also
run,
to
but they
follow the
still
team
have
around the map
Liempo.
都
They
是
still
所以那
have
波是
Arlie, and they
对
still
R8 来
have
说是很
Monkey
亏的，
as
因为
well. So again,
团
they
给掉
haven't
了
lost their jungle. They
火舞
still
掉了
have a way into this
你们的
Tempest
输出
Dragon if
能力
it
不
does
过了。
mean that it
然
has to
后
happen.
AG 的话只是掉了一
Yeah,
个雅
Devil
典娜，可能是
made
限定
such a huge play.
雅典
Xenon
娜，
flickered,
所以还
flashed
有
towards the
雅
back
典
line to
娜的
try
被动，
and knock
能
two
让他
people back
更
towards
清
his
楚的
team,
跟
but Devil
着
was able to drop his
团队，
second
所以让他
skill,
死了
freeze
来
him in
拿
position, essentially
来
stopping the
拿资源。
combination and allowing them to take
OK， 我
that
战术 AG 选
fight
择是成
towards
功
their。favor, cutting down the lead to 8,000.
Yes,
Still
they chose
a
a very
very
elegant
huge
combat.
sum to come back
They
from,
were
but
not
hey,
able
it's
to
a start.
execute it well, but
And
if
if AG
they
is
can
able to
look to
get a
team
couple
fight
more
in late game,
stops
they can
just
look
like that,
to
they
come
might
back
find
very
themselves in
easily
a
啊。
much more favorable
对，虽然
situation
他们选了
to
前
maybe
锋
come
系的
back in
阵
this
容
game.
他们如果拖后期打
Yeah, I mean,
打
Tempest
成
Dragon up
15
in
开的话，
10 seconds
还
as
有
well. So
全
again,
部的次
we
装
may see a
都
little bit of a
满
focus
了
here
的
for
话，他们
AG.
是
We could
有
see
可
a
能
backdoor
因为
if
不要
they
忘记
do try and
，AG
prioritize
是
this
香港，
Tempest Dragon too much
来
here.
说
Expiring
整
it
个来
was
说他
in
们
at the
团队的
sideline there,
思路
trying
还
to
有
push that
想
Clash
法
Lane
都
minion
很
wave.
会比
But
国外
it
的
seems
选手
like they
们
are
的
just
更明确。
waiting to play around this
So
Tempest
in terms of
Dragon, it
a
seems.
5v5 brawl in
Mijo
the
is
late
already trying
game
to
with
bait a
max
little bit
items,
of a
AG
engage
will most likely
onto the
lead it.
Liempo, but they
They,
just aren't
as
taking
their
it. AG are just a little
priorities
bit
and
too
macro
clever
and micro should be
when
clearer
it
than
comes
that of
to
ours.
these late game team fights, it seems. But
听不清，
again,
听不清，
this could go.
有
This
点
is a
小
point
过
for
节
them.
奏。
I'm not too sure
Okay,
where this
hold
is
on.
gonna go.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, if
Okay, so they will be looking to
continue
contest over the
fight, they might find
Tyrant.
themselves, trying to defend
Liempo
the
ulti,
victory,
Liempo
but here's a
ulti
good fight for
finishes.
Liempo, knocking back up, but he's down low. Athena trying to give chase, not enough damage. The Tempest.
So in this case, now they know Liempo has no flash, Liempo has no active item, and Liempo has no ultimate. And then they will still look to clear their waves because their wave states are very, very bad.
Pretty low. He has to back off. Not Mihosh, Illidan is pretty low, and he will not be able to participate in the next fight if it happens in the next 10 seconds or so. Neither is Mayin, so both of them have to watch out on when they take these fights.
So now it's a matter of contesting over Tempest while having wave advantage over the opponent. And then whoever takes the Tempest and team fights will most probably end the game. 所以这把如果谁能拿下风暴龙王，或者团打赢了，就能一波了。
Minions, thanks to those high ground turrets
My
being fallen off,
opposite
gonna get a steal
gets
here.
the
Is it
steal
gonna
on
be
Tempest,
steal?
then they'll look to fight.
Myoso just
That
takes
was a
the
crucial kill there.
kill theft from the
那波
Tempest Dragon. Is that gonna be enough to down
龙的斩杀挺完美的，这把就靠他们看他们是怎么打团来结束比赛。
Snowfalls down to Ryochi. Is this going to be enough to keep them alive here? Liempo is still going in. Shihab goes down as well. And
no, DreamVox force.
Because too much damage come from
And then Hypothesis will look to clear the lane, but she's alone. But will he be able to defend against the big wave? No, I don't think so.
They just need to push this crystal to win because the only thing standing between this game 2 victory before R8 is that Athena.
And R8 will look to come back and make it a 1-1 scoreline.
Tries to survive the best he can, but the damage coming from the early way too much. And
we're that was a very intense game of 20 minutes. But as we can tell, both teams showed what they lacked. R8, they were not able to get tempo, and their game-ending potential wasn't there in terms of how they executed the draft. Despite them having such clear leads, they did not look to end the game, which was very risky for them. And then on the side of AG, it was a very draft difference in terms of the Athena specifically, and despite them stealing the Tempest Dragon,
I mean,
they did not win the team fights because of potential macro decisions or like the way they shot call.
With the Maestro Nui, they've got a tanky support. They've got a
看
jungle
都是
that
IOT
wasn't shut
占优
down this time.
对啊，可是
And,
我
despite
感觉
their
的话，
antics with the Athena, All Gamers
如果
Global
那
wasn't
波
really able to
他
get
们
that early lead,
全
the
部换
early
去复
snowball
活
that they
甲，
were
还
looking
有
for.
雅典娜
And
抢下了
yeah,
那个
off to game
雅
number
典娜
3.
的确是有抢下那个风暴龙王，
Yes, it
龙
hasn't
王啊，
taken
可
long, and I
是
think that's a
他
good
们
sign
失
for
误
the
的是
season
梦
2
奇
Invitational because
能切
again,
到
R8
女
going
人
against
点，
AG
所以没有
able
人
to
保护
take a
这
round from
第二届
AG
的
just
输出。
means that Loops may just have their work cut out
这
for
些
them
帽
in
子拿
Group
手
B
的感
because
觉，我觉得帽子
honestly,
帽子的
I didn't see
就
R8
是大
bring
概
in
的
that much flavor to
可能
AG,
是
but like I
出
said,
出
I
出出
honestly
装吧
think that AG just
So
overestimated
what
them
I was
in
just
that game
discussing
2
with
draft.
the commenter was that
Whereas it really shows that
it's
R8
possible
do have
that
a lot of
because
strength going
of
into this season 2 Invitational and
Mods'
still have a
late game,
chance at being in that top 2.
his utility in the late game is very
This
very
is gonna
poor.
be
So
an interesting
and
closer
there could be a
for
build
game
error.
number
Let's
3
so
because
which
we've
I'll
seen
look to see.
very different
Yes, there was a
playstyles
very
on
bad
both these teams,
build
but
error as we can
R8
see.
showing that they can play different styles as well. Great game by
对啊
Ryoichi.
你看墨子的出装都错了 ，so this is the build for what they came up with. So Mods wise, it was a bad build because there wasn't much of a tank on the side of AG, Athena, and Main didn't went for. Main went for fighter build. Athena went for tank build, which is correct. And then Mods' side, he should have. He should have went full damage. He should have trusted his Princess
If
Ross.
it weren't for this hero, I don't think half of these teams
可是他们
through the way they did.
如
'Cause
果
I
刚
mean,
才
2
你
teams
迟来的话，他
12,
们
their
是
supports
前中
died
期
a
有点
lot
炸，
more than
所
that,
以
but to
这
go
样
to 12
就废
assists
了。
shows how much Mijoj was in these team fights. Same with Zenon, just the
Very
amount of knockups
beautiful
for the side of
builds
R8 really
on the side.
showed and
I
paid
guess I'll
dividends
end on that.
against
Yeah.
AG Global.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll
seen
end
on
on
his
that.
scoreline, nothing too fancy. I mean, 2-1 and 11, but that 11 has been absolutely crucial for R8 to
没事
take
没事。
early control of the game and the mid game as well. And his damage output is really high, 127,000 damage along with RD with 182 is absolutely huge. Was able to chip away at the life pools of AG's heroes and allowed them to take that final fight around the Tempest Dragon. Despite losing a lot of their members, Arlie was able to close.
Yeah, I feel like if it weren't for that Ali and Ryoshi having such a fantastic early and mid game on that hero, I feel like that could have gone completely different because we saw that the Renji was doing so much damage as well, just being able to melt Zen and being able to melt the Lian Po as well, and obviously Shihab fell down in that final hurdle. But
Okay, so
Ryochi was able just to take
are the
the
stats for the previous
peak
games.
of damage there, so 182.5k to the 134.5k.
Yes, correct.
On the
The
side
mods
of
should have
All Games
repeated the
Global,
items on the
but
side
here we
of
have it. You
Hong
can
Zhao
see
Jin.
that
They should have
gold
went for
graph.
more
It did
utility
sort of
build.
flirt towards the side of
more
AG
tank build.
Global for a very small amount of time
所以那
in
把
that game too,
墨
but
子
then
的
as you
话
can
是
see
用出
towards
那
the end,
些
huge
装可以让王
wave
昭君来
was
出
the，efforts
然
of
后呢，他可以
R8
出
being
一
able to
些肉
maintain
装。
the jungle, get all those overlords, being able to push those lanes very effectively, and showing that the Athena pick
Correct,
was
right?
just a little
That's
bit
my understanding,
too
right,
of
Fang Zhong?
a
Because you are the most player
not
in the
good
chat.
enough in this game.
A little bit too playful coming from the AG side, and the MVP for game number 2 once again on the Arlie Ryoichi, first MVP on the board for him. 716 KDA, 182,000 damage dealt, and the most farmed hero in this game. Definitely a well-deserved one. He was the backbone
And then
of
Arlie
them
gets
being
the
able to win this game.
MVP
He
as
had a
we
fantastic
expected
start.
because
He was able to
he
close
dealt
out
the
the
most
game
damage
as
and
well,
took the least
playing at
damage.
a knife's edge with his health.
所以这把
And
MVP
yeah,
的话
we're
是给
going to game 3
R8
here, Lam.
的 Ryochi 选手。
Yeah, before game 3, we're going to see some of those beautiful highlights that enabled R8
可是
to
我
get
感
that
觉
game
他们
to a win.
总
And just look at that. That
这
monkey
个
engage
赛
there. If it wasn't
这些
monkey
赛
engage,
区
it
不
was
如
the
我
Liam
们的啦，
Poe.
都
It
是
was just
自己夸自己
huge
的赛
engages.
区
And
啦。
I
可
feel
是
like they
怎
can't
么说
try
呢？
this twice
是
and possibly get a win here
他
from
们
AG
他们
Global, surely.
很难
I
呐，他
mean,
们的
something's
经
got to
验
like
太
bust
难。
now. This is got to be like a
So what I
one-time
just say is
try
that
against one of
not
your
to
teams,
shit on
and then
the
you're going to try something
less
else, right?
experienced
Like
HOK
AG can't let this
regions,
happen again. They
but
can't
they
let
are
this
they
amount
may
of
lack
knockups, there's huge team
experience,
fights, and they
and
can't
the
bring
qualifiers
that
alone do
Athena
not really
out in
determine how
game
well
3,
they play.
surely. But
Because
as you
of
can see
lack
here,
of
just so much
experience.
damage coming from Ryoshi there,
So
literally
they may
showing
be
why
they may
he was
struggle
MVP, and this
or
was
barely
the
get points, as you
first
can see from
assault
this match.
on
They
the
took damn long
crystal here.
to end the game.
Wasn't quite as
所以我
successful
们
as
这
they
版能
thought
看
it
到
would
他们
because Zenon got thrown into the back there and
他
Elden
们
as
延
well.
迟，他
And
们
then
本来
obviously we saw
很
this
早
all
就能
centered around here,
结
thinking
束
that crucial
这场，
kill theft was going to be the
但是他们
upset
拖
for
了很
R8 in
久。
game 2. But it just wasn't enough because we saw
他
that
们的
fantastic
节
team
奏
fight was able
思
to
路
just
不够
keep
清
the
楚，
leash on AG
一直
Global
有掉
in
点，
that
所
game
以
2, enabling
把
that game
打
to
得这
victory.
么艰难才
Yeah,
赢下
yeah,
了。
this is going to be interesting to see how both
Hello,
these
welcome
teams
to the
will
new
adapt
viewers.
after this
Welcome,
game for
welcome.
game number 3.
I shall not do
because,
any
you know, for game
promotions
number
until
1,
the
it
end of
was
the
an
stream,
absolute
so
stomp
yes.
going towards the
But
way
please stay tuned
of all
because
gamers.
it's
Global game 2,
a minimal
R8 played the
promotion
mid
that
game and early
y'all
game
can
to
participate.
perfection and was able to force us to the game number 3. Now, what's going to be the game plan for both these teams heading in towards the final game of this series? Because they are one win away from virtually securing their spot in the mid-season invitational as well as the top 8 of this tournament, but they still have one more game to play.
They do have one more game to play, and again, Group B is another group that consists of 3 teams. Obviously, the other team being in Group B is Loop Esports, the second runners-up to HOK BR24. So you feel like they have some gravity behind them as a team. Maybe they will be a bit more of an upset to AG Global than R8 is. It's going to be really interesting to see what they do there going forward. Again, I think they play tomorrow as well. But speaking of all the global esports that we're talking about Season 2 Invitational. We're talking but will be open from July the 8th to the 19th. Log into Honor of Kings game to sign up during the period. Form your HOK teams with your comrades now and embark on a path to becoming a professional player. Abundant prizes and in-game rewards await you. So that is the Open Series Season 2, which we just saw Season 1 conclude, which is where AG Global is from, and they were the winners of the Open Series Split 1. So if you win Split 2, you may get into a major tournament towards the end of the year. We don't know yet.
I mean, that's how stars are born, you know, trying to capitalize on every single opportunity they get, and this is a huge opportunity for all of you guys who are interested to find a successful career in the competitive scene of the Honor of Kings. Definitely sign up for the Open Series Split 2. But ladies and gentlemen, we are preparing for game number 3 here between All Gamers Global as well as R8 Esports.
Yeah, a lot on the line on this one, because obviously it hasn't been as a perfect score as LGD had in Group D earlier. It is going to be 2-1 either
So
way.
we'll be looking to dive
these
right
teams
into
are
our
gonna seem as,
last match
unblemished
of
as
my stream,
previous,
actually,
top seed of
before we
last
move on to
group.
the event stream.
So
So
again, there's a
thanks
lot to
for
play for, but like I
sticking
was
with me
saying in
through
the
since the start of the stream.
post
For those
analytics, are they
of
going to be
you,
able to
and for those of you that are new here,
pursue
thank you
this
too.
same double knockup with the
So we'll
monkey,
be
with
looking
the
to
Liam Poe?
wrap up
Will these be bans
the
picks,
AG and
or
R8
heroes
Esports.
that are going to be going straight
So
and
they'll
meeting
be going
the
straight
ban
into
hammer
drafting
from
phase
the
soon.
word go
所以
in this game
我的
3, because it is a best of 3. This
支
is
持我
where
的
it
粉
does
丝们
decide if you're going to
和
be top of
关
your group
注
or you're going to
我
sit
的
in
直
that
播
middle lane that
的
doesn't
朋
look
友
too
们。
tasty right now, especially when your next
打完这
competitor
解
is
说完
Loop
这把
Esports.
我就需要下播了，然后呢，现在我们要进
Definitely not an easy
行
opponent.
最后一
Nobody
把
wants to
BP。
face them as their potential final game in this
AG
season
looks
2
to bet out the
invitational. So both of these teams
Ah,
will
Gong
be
Sun
looking
Lee,
to
Ali,
take the
and the
win
Mai
in
Shirainu,
this
which
last
were
game
great
of
threats
the
towards them
series, and we have
from the earlier
that
game.
phase
And then
already
our
going through.
standard
Arlie
standard
and Mai
red side
Shirainu
band
taken
of
out there
Da
by
Qiao
AG
and
after
Doria, which
phenomenal
are very huge
showcase
threats to
there
any
by
composition.
Xenon as well
所以
as
AG 的话
Ryoichi.
是可能被 R8 的阿里和火吓到了，所以把他们禁掉了。R8 的话就红色方正常的ban掉了朵利亚和大乔体系。And Lady Zhen is picked up for the side of AG, a very strong first pick.
Zen, and like you said, Zero was absolutely fantastic in that game too.
哈哈，OK， 看到熟悉的面孔啊。And then R8 got a 墨子的脸，哇，very strong team double dash， 不可能输吧？哇，有点难说，可是我希望他们是不输，因为他们是我支持的赛区。在那个游戏内的活动，所以honestly I do not want AG to lose this round because they are the team that I have chosen to support in the in-game activities. And then Dun and a mind pick from AG.
Just because of AG, or is it gonna fall
所以
down
AG
to
的
hey, I
话
told
是
you
拿
you
下
should
了
pick
一
a hero
个
category
夏侯惇迹象门。然后呢 ，R8 来，因为他们要解控，所以他们选择了第二阶。So R8 picks up the 第二阶 this use his skill to counter the crowd control AOE effects of AG, and then they will ban out the Sun Ping, which has a very annoying silence on most of their team. 夏侯打野对，夏侯是打野，通常现在他们都是出夏侯打野哦，没有打对抗了，在比赛区内。对啊，感觉个张飞如果要配吗
？Here's Ali performance of
如果要
Game
配
2. Princess Frost gets banned on the side of All Gamers Global
三体人嘛，版本
again,
自
that is wise
谁
ban
不喜欢
knowing
自己这样玩？
that
我也喜
the
欢
enemy
啊。
team does not have their mid lane yet, and Mai's been
And
taken
then
off the
ban
table.
of
Princess Frost,
Princess Frost on the side of AG because they want to go in for the full engage composition team fight base, and then ban of Xiaoming on the side of R8, 1 ban because of an explosive damage. And then AG 的话，他们因为选择了中单，所以他们能自信的把王昭君和上官婉搬掉了。然后 R8 的话是要禁掉小明 ，R8 就拿下了干将末，R8 picks up the gun and more. Surprising pick when there's things like Angela open also, which Angela has CC in for those of you that do not know. 我感觉惊讶的是他们选择了干将，因为安琪拉还开着，他也是有很强的爆发能力和解控。对对对，感觉他们这个阵容被拆的太明显了。And then AG will look at 张飞 Lady Sun to wrap up their draft. And then on the side of R8 they will look at 张飞AG 的话是选择了张飞和孙尚香的体系，这把是团战能力很强，他们又回去了第一把 BP 的想法来围着孙尚香来的。So AG will be looking to fight around the 4 protect 1 composition of Lady Sun as they did in game number 1. So R8 will look to actually pick on the 阿库朵 for the jungle. 所以 R8 的话就选择阿库朵来打。
I don't actually think we've
AG
even
的阵
seen
容
this
可能
before
是
in
有
any of the
都是
tournaments,
或者
and
有想法
Gudo
在
is gracing
So
the
in the
gorge and on the
side of R8
jungle
they
as
actually
well.
picked out a
So
crazy unique composition that
R8
is
cooking up something. The
not
coach
as
here,
popular
your
as we
coach
would
boy,
expect.
he's
So
got
maybe
the
they have
plan.
something
He
in the
knows
back
what's
for us to look forward to.
his
in
team's
this
got to do.
game.
He's like, I've made the decision,
Personally,
you
I would
execute it, and
support
we'll
AG
see
for
how
this
this
round.
pairs
And then
into
个人来说的话，我是
R8's
支持 AG
game
的
3.
Yeah, they needed a little bit more frontline, they
因
needed
为
more
我感觉
tank, and
R8 如
Akudo
果
definitely
没
helps
发挥的
in
好
that regard. Does not have
execute 的好
the
的话，他们
CCs
就
that I
很
was
容
really
易哦。
hoping
So
for.
if R8
Not
doesn't
less
execute this
CCs,
stuff
not,
properly, they will
not
lose to AG
completely devoid
in my
of it.
run.
But you know, having the extra body in the front
Because
will help
R8's
them
one is
tremendously.
very
And the Savage
team
Growth will also help
synergy
set
based
up
and like
good
it's really how
couple
well
plays
you
there
gel as
from
a
the
team
Gun
compared to AG.
Yeah, again, like you said, there's not as much CC on the side of R8, which we thought was like their key sort of recipe or key ingredient to their game 2 victory.
墨
But
子
this
安
time
琪拉，
around,
对啊，
they
墨子
don't
安琪拉
really have
，Yes,
the mode
I have
two.
chosen
They
墨子
have
and Angela also honestly.
DreamVox's ultimate CC as well. You can kind of class Ganonmo's not back as a CC. But then you also do have a lane with a Def on Sunset, so being able to try and like traverse
what Chet
the
just said
whole
was
team
that
fights, as we saw
Akuto
in game
cannot
one, it
really
wasn't quite
manage the
executed the way that I
explosive
think
burst
R8
from
hoped it
Mayin
would.
and Tun,
But to try and
followed
get
by
onto the
the
back line of Lady Sun
Lady
or
Sun.
Lady Jet,
But in prolonged
that's
fights,
vital because
R8 might stand a
once
chance to
Zhang
win
Fei
if they
uses
feel
that
and poke the
unbridled rage
opponents
and dives in,
a
you're
lot
going to want somebody
before
that
the
can
debuff.
dive past that
AG wise, they
beast
should look for
and
explosive
hopefully
two fights
just
and just defend.
melt
所以
down
R8 的
the
话，
Lady
如
Sun
果
and
拖
Lady
后
Chen because then that's most of the
拖
damage
团
done.
战的话，可能有很小的机会能赢，但是 AG 的话要靠爆发能力来抓 R8 的心。
Ignore the Zhang Fei a little bit and just go for the backlines. But you know, it's a hard thing to call. I don't see a lot of Agudo being played at the highest level. It's definitely a very interesting hero for me. In this matchup as well, let's see how it goes. Agudo against Dun
So Ata
is going to be
wasn't
a
picked
very
here because of the amount of crowd control and utility he applies to
Here we
Agudo.
have it. Both of them is gonna have to carry the weights of their team early on, and which one will do better? Let's wait and see.
张飞是可能会，张飞这边看他们怎么配合吧，因为他也是出了双城嘛，打的是真第一战 ，yes。So R8 will what Chet just said is that R8 will look to fight for
That
control of the battlefield, like
absolutely
the range
not
around.
something that we expect. Even Agudo before Lamb is more surprising. I mean, Jing, we did see a ban out of it at least, but Lamb has just been completely ignored throughout.
So
this
why
fight,
Lan
so
has been not in this competition will be
something
that Tank Lan is
for
not
sure.
very good.
Agudo
It's either
is
a
not your
semi-tank or
typical
full
jungler. Instead
damage
of
with a
killing
composition
the
which
minions,
is
he
not
sort
as
of
much of a threat as Tank Lan.
absorbs them, captures them into this little cave hole.
因为他是傻
trap.
，OK，
I don't know what you
因
call
为
it,
他
but
可能感
definitely
觉
very
他可
interesting
能
to
不
see.
太会玩墨子吧，他
Yeah,
英
no,
雄
he
熟
definitely
练度
sneaks
不
them
够
into a。pouch somewhere and
我太
just
我
takes
太
them and
喷人
wisps them and summons them somewhere else when he needs them. But that is the whole shtick of Guido. That's his mechanic.
我抄
He
这些
stacks
English
them up,
casters 讲那
as his
个
passive
名
as
字
well.
怪
So
怪的
let's see
Agudo
how that
会的
actually
发
does in this game. But I'm really interested. I'm
Yeah,
glad
I
that
think
day
that's
one has
something
brought
to
so much flavor so far is because again we just didn't want
就
to
是
see
说他
another
们的
repeat
团
of
队配合
season
不
one.
在，
We've
所
had a
以
few more heroes
会
being
有这
picked
种小
through.
失误。
Luara
because
actually not
of
being
the
picked
way
up
they
yet. I'm
execute
guessing it's
quite
because they've had a
lacking
lack of
because
time
Mods
to actually
should have
scrim with the hero. But I've still
open
got hope
vision
and
for
high
the
hopes
Ganjian
that she
to
does come
steal
through for one of the
the
Brazilian
face.
teams or even the Argentinian team,
Oh,
Cyrus
no, it's
today.
so
But
okay.
yep, so far it seems to be a little bit of a slower match.
Song
Because
ba.
both of these teams know what's on the line in this game 3 because this just dictates who's going to be at the top of Group B.
In this
by the
case,
end of it.
Dun maybe didn't choose to start
None of
on
these
the
teams
enemy's
want to
group because
take
he
an
was scared
early
that
L in this group stage.
Akuto might because of her unique
I say they don't.
smite passive.
I say they
he
don't
might
want
look
to take an early
counter
loss, but
invade
then
instead
they
and
come up
steal.
with these
So
heroes
it
that
wasn't really a profit.
completely.
So he played safe instead.
Not what
Instead
we
of going for
expect.
the
It's,
level 1
it's
invade.
an interesting position to be in. Oh, huge damage coming from the gun and more, and Zai's has to back off down to half health almost immediately.
对啊。
Yes, and that's the thing about the Lady Sun as well is that you have
Oh,
to make
nice.
sure you can make
Nice
it to
lady.
the late game. I mean, they proved it last game that they could make it to the late game, but are they going to make it to the late game in this
真不
game?
错，可能是
That's
问
where that little lady
当然
shines. Oh, the
不可
flash
能
away
吧？
from
你看
Zen
都
is not going to
被
be enough.
单
We
杀
see
了
that
，so
Myosotis picks up the first blood
Myosotis
in the mid lane
picks up the
onto
first
the
blood on
Gan
Gan
and
and
Mo.
Mo, who was
So
very low.
a different story, a little bit of a different painting. This
可
time
能是
around
one
in
trick，
game
我们看他
3,
的命
looking
中
a
率
little
吧。
similar to
So
game 1.
but if we want to
Bit
see
of
if
nerves
Mods is
coming
really,
in
Gan and
towards,
Mo is
Xenon
really a
there.
one
He
trick, you can
flashed
see how
towards the
accurate
wrong
his
direction,
landings
got-
are on the
didn't really
opponent.
create the space that he needed to survive that, and he's gonna pay with his life, giving an early
How
start here
his
to
accuracy
AG,
of
and
his
we've seen
missiles.
AG once they
Because
get
let's
off
be
to a
real,
hot start,
if your
that's
Gan
when
and
they're the
Mo's
scariest.
aim is not accurate enough
Yeah, if
and
you
you
give
keep
this team an
blundering,
inch, they'll
they're not
take
doing much for
a
the team.
mile, and it's
Let's hope
already seeming that way
that
with the goal
Mods
difference
goes for
because we're already
semi-tank build
seeing
in this
a
case.
bigger goal difference than they did in
Because
game
Akuto
1,
and
game
Yalen
2,
sells
sorry,
tanks.
going into the 4th
真
minute,
在干什么？
which
真
is
在干
obviously
真正
going
的
to
东
be
西
a。
他可能是要做
sure
上吧。
sign
So
that
Lady Chen might be
AG
looking to catch the
Global
top
are going
of
to play this
Yalen.
match
At
a
least
lot better than what they did
waste
in
his
game
ultimate
2. I mean,
before
there's no Athena
before the
pick.
objective
That pick
starts.
is really sort of
他可
like,
能要
I feel
一主宰和暴君要上来了，所以他可能要把他的那个那个大招浪费掉。妈的，真是不闪不上，操！
in the mid lane.
Okay, and then there was another
They did have
kill
to
on
pop Qingyan's
Gun and
ultimate there,
More
but that
by
was
and
very much
first
worth it.
Tyrant
Allowed
on
them
self
to go
80
straight
size，
for
所以
the
他们
Tyrant
很
getting
顺
the
利的
first
拿
map
下
objective there
跟
for
这
the
样
side
的
of
人
HOK
头
versus Global.
和
And the snowball
暴
continues
君。
almost down to a 2,000 net worth difference in this early on in the game.
因为他们没有玩动
looking a
王
little
打
bit
野，
shaky
所以
here
你
for
懂吗？
R8 in the early
他
game.
们
They
不会，
haven't
他们
yet
他们不
picked
是
up
你。
their favorite jungle objective, which is that Overlord. They are
阿库多没有
still
Yes,
ruminating
correct.
and
Akuto
going
is
up
not doing
towards it.
Akuto
Seems
thing
they are
and
still a
everything
little bit
her unique
hesitant whether
passive,
they
so
should
she's
go for it.
practically
Maybe
useless.
try and push a lane here.
太两圈了
But still,
对
they
啊
definitely not
so
looking
the
as
goal difference is
confident
about
in
2
this early
points,
game as they
something
were
something,
game
which
2
isn't the,
with their
which shouldn't be the
collective
case lah in the
representation.
Akuto.
And to be
Akuto, you're
honest,
supposed to
I was on
invade
about
the opponent.
AG Global. If you
I used to
give
play
them an inch,
Akuto
they'll
quite
take
a
a
lot for
mile.
those that
Just a little bit of
no,
hesitation.
I
They
used
are
to play
going to
Akuto a
witness
lot
it.
in
They're going to
CN.
sniff it out like sniffer dogs and be like, aha, this team, they are not too sure what they want to be doing with this team comp. And already Zays showing that game
Yes, so in this case,
potential,
it's quite practically hard for R8 to
tier
make a comeback because they are unable to control their early. They are unable to mitigate their early game losses to AG, and there's even a tier 2 that bottom turret that might fall.
Yeah, tier 2 bottom lane down the half health. Zays really trying to get that early on before the 6-minute mark. They're just really
So in
trying
this
to
case,
run
Private
up
Bond should be
their
expiring
own
soon,
records
and
at
they
this
will
point.
look
And it's gonna go
to
down
take the
before
overlord.
the 6-minute mark,
所以
but the creeps are gonna get it.
暂
Yes,
时
they
是主宰
are.
那个
Yep, the minions definitely getting that love tap
羁
on that
绊
second tier
会
turret. But
消
again,
失
this is the
然后呢
MO of some of these
AG
teams. But
会
it
想
only
去
seems to
开
be on the
主
Lady
宰
Sun because again, for those watching at home that have never played Lady Sun, she is a late game hero. If you can get her to
Yeah,
activate
so in this
lots
case,
sooner than
because of
you
the
normally can, that's gonna only
reckless
benefit
mistakes
you
made
in
by
finishing the game a
Kanemor
lot sooner than you
to
thought you
lose
could.
his
Because
life
again,
twice,
giving
it
over
made
the
the
gold to
tempo
Lady Sun,
very
giving over the kills to Lady Sun
comfortable for
is
AG.
going to be a lot better than giving it over to, I don't know, say, Zhang Fei.
Absolutely. I mean, Zhang Fei, sure, you know, is a hero that I actually enjoy watching.
对啊
as well.
so
much utility on this
Kanem
but he doesn't
TNT
have the
shouldn't be
goal to
eating the
really
farm of
do what he
Kanemor
wants to. Lots of damage being
because
done
in this case
to the lane,
Kanemor
forced
will
to pop
actually
the
do a
ultimate,
lot more
and,
damage
he will be able to
for
back
the
off from
team
that. But
than
that is one
TNT
huge
late game,
team fight
especially if
ultimate
it's
not available for the side
tank
of
build
R8,
TNT,
AG is gonna
which is quite
definitely
common,
capitalize on
Spark
this
Forge
moment.
and your Doomsday build.
Yeah, already circulated around that mid lane turret.
Nice,
as well, already
nice.
catching out
Nice
Ryochi,
team
then
fight from
Zenon
AG.
as well.
He looks to
Two
take down
huge
3.
damage dealers, and
And then
down goes
Mayin backs
Mage
off.
as well. She have looking pretty low. Ah, this
And
could
they
be
take the mid first
another
turret.
10-minute finisher, I think. Zero.
This
it
is a good
seems.
game to analyze on
5
how to
kills up,
win a
0
snowball.
kills onto the side of R8. It seems like that team comp, that double knockup
Another one.
is their one-trick pony. That Death on Sunset trying to save a lane there, but it's not. Oh, it is enough just to save
Nice
him. He's
tier 2
able to get
turret
out of
and
there,
then a
but
top tier 2 turret also.
is the death
So
of
as we can
a
tell,
hero
R8
equal to a death of
the
that
chances
mid
of them
lane
coming back
turret,
is like
second tier turret? I don't think so.
0.01% at this moment. It's very hard unless somebody missteps. But as we can tell from the first game of this series, AG is able to use their such a composition very well in snowballing and ending clean fights. 所以这把如果 R8 要翻盘是很难的机会。然后呢，AG 的话，我们从第一局能明显的看出，他们很喜欢玩这种，他们打这种阵容的时候，还有选出这种阵容的时候，他们很确的说，我们就是比你强。
Yeah, 8 minutes in, you don't want your jungle being overlooked to your enemy team because again, the acquisition of gold and the rotations.
So
and
in effect, game 2 was just a trial for AG to try a new composition, but now that they are very clear that they cannot reach the series point, they went back to their first composition that they used.
You have the Death on Sunset for the lane. There's only so far that Guard the Grave can push you away from a sticky situation, which we've already seen that Dun can nullify and negate, but Zhang Fei getting phase checked there in that push, but again, this is Zhang Fei. He's got shield for days. They aren't going to do real much there.
Yes, they
upset
are not able
the
to
side
open
of
vision.
AG already, but we're seeing 2 lanes
so
already looking to be assaulted.
as a matter of fact, Aku was
here.
practically
Will we
useless
see a high ground
behind,
turret fall before that
and
10
this is
minute
very
mark?
clear.
The lane going in with that Death on
for AG
Sunset,
lah.
trying to push them away, trying to clear that minion wave, and they successfully
have done it
对，
now
我就是
because there's no
说，
minion wave
那
to
些
push
新手
those
的
higher
赛
ground
区
turrets for
只
the
是
side
侥
of
幸
AG
的会拿下
Global.
一分。
But
So
mid
I feel
lane
that
has been left
there's a lot
and
of brushing up on the
disregarded.
side of the
They're looking to just recuperate and then
veteran
go again.
regions that
Fortunately
because of
for
HOK,
R8,
because
they was able to keep
they
them at the
they are
game.
not very clear of their
The
macro and
defense there by
micro
R8 not really
decisions to
committing
make
too
at
much, just a
certain
couple of
points of the game
ultimates, and they didn't lose
that
any
need
of
to
their
be brushed
members.
up.
And was managed
不过我觉得
did
这个
manage to
版
keep
本的
the
主宰，
towers HP alive
我感觉
very
我
healthy
玩
as
东皇
well.
打
So
野吧
all。things
等一
considered,
下在
that was a
你
very
的
good
直播间
engagement
我
there
玩
by
东皇打
R8.
野好
Still
吗？
a 6,000 net worth lead
我
being
知道，我知道，
held
我知道你在
by
说实话。
the AG side,
So
and they
the
will
commenter
have
said
the
that he
next
feels that the
objectives
power
around the
of
map open if they want to try and go take it,
Overlord in
because
this
it doesn't seem like R8
pack
is
is
anywhere close to being
very
able to
strong.
take a convincing team fight yet.
好的吗？啊，对啊，等一下我拿
Yeah,
东
no,
皇
I've not seen
去
really
打
much
巅峰赛。
functionality from the Agudo
东
pick
皇打
here.
野
It's not filling me with much confidence going forward for the rest of
要
the
我专辑
season.
零
Too
杠零杠
invitational, it seems.
零
It
杠
may
20
just be
杠零
like，
这我是
coach is
献
like,
祭
yeah,
油
pick it, it'll be fine.
我
but
是
the
命警
execution just
他们
wasn't
要
quite there. But then, if you look over to the side of AG Global's roster, they've got
我可能要玩
I mean, the team sorry, they've
感觉
got
有
the
点好玩
Dun, they've got the
你
big
这样
engage
说
from the Zhongfei as well. So again,
被举报
maybe
幸运
to
分
play the
掉
Agudo,
用完
maybe
巅峰然后
banning
跟
the
你讲
Zhongfei probably would have been something that would have been a lot
Well,
better
just
for them.
joking with you
Or
because this
R8
commenter
was
likes to
hoping for the Zhongfei pick up themselves.
play Dong Huang
But
jungle.
again,
So
this
I
is
said
a
I'll play him
support
big
hero
tournament
that
for the sake of
definitely
him.
tips the scales of victory because he has the unbridled rage.
Then even
just
if I
like you
die
saw
and get
there,
a
there
stat of
comes all that
0-20-0,
shield,
it
all
doesn't
that
matter,
health
so long as
coming
we
through. The higher ground turret in the
Okay,
flash
man.
lane does fall, and it looks like
对对对对
the
对
mid wave
动画 is a
is
permanent
looking to
ban.
pick up that mid high ground turret as well, and as Zaze is able to finish off
As
that
a
high
jungler, I
ground
wouldn't want
turret.
to play
So
against
now, two lanes are going to have super minions going through to this 11th minute.
And again.
Yep. Huge ultimate there by Zhang Fei. Not really as an engagement, but sort of like just push them away, making
Wow,
sure
look
that
at
his
this Zhang
teammate
Fei. He's just
teammates
thinking.
were
He's,
able
even
to get
Zhang Fei
that
is
tier
farming
3
up,
tower up in the top.
You all
was
realize how
absolutely
disgusting
huge,
that is.
able to open up the map.
Even Zhang Fei
And,
gets
they-
so
that
much
fight
farm.
without
It's
losing
like one,
any members,
all of them have good
which is
advantage against
exactly
each other.
what AG was hoping for, because that means they can continue under pressure and finish off the bottom tier 3.
Hello, welcome new streamers. After this, I'll do a quick
Yeah, they
plug.
just keep
Once
seem
we
to be
add
just
and
going in, doing as much
Vivian
damage as
needs to take
possible,
over at
going back
6
out,
o'clock
waiting
for
for the
his
minion
team
wave, and
fight,
going
one
back in.
cut
As we can
and
see
up to
here in
this
the
time.
farm lane, they are looking to take that higher ground turret in the farm lane. It looks like it's going to be
And-
an easy
and-
feat
and-
as well, as we
oh,
see that
oh,
Lady
oh,
Shed is
they got
able
no
to pick
damage.
up the
Oh, they
backline.
have
Gonna
a
mow
lot.
there. Also, Zhang
Oh,
Fei
Tony's tanking, Zhang
takes
Fei's
down
tanking.
as well. That is a 3-0 takedown for the side of
Yeah,
All
they were locked
Gamers
back
Global.
again.
They are
Motsu,
not
Motsu is
done yet.
helping.
Motsu
Motsu
with
is
the
helping,
last
nothing,
Hail
and it's a
Mary
4-0.
attempt to keep the crystal
And
alive.
they will
but
end the
Guido
game.
is not going to be that
Congratulations
hero
to
that
AG
keeps
for
your
winning this
crystal
series
alive.
2-1
2-1
against
going over
R8
to All
Esports.
Gamers Global.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing Agudo anytime soon
墨
from
子第一次
R8 or
开
any
了
of
大
the
招啊，
teams
对啊，
in
好像
fact.
是
So
第一次
this
来在这把
kind of
，so
fell flat. We
墨
really see
子
too
I
much
didn't really see much of
happening,
them. Most
from
of the
it,
people because
and you know,
they are very
I
late
think
game,
it's
Sana.
it's a
That's the
hero
problem
that,
with their
is gonna
composition.
be
Hey, Sana, you were here all this
much
time.
of
I didn't know. You didn't
spotlight
say
on-
anything.
on this tournament.
Okay, hi. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I mean,
Aku
R8 has put
for
themselves into an okay
his
position going into day 2 as well, because
stats are
now
not there
they're
lah.
able to
Then
take
they
like
play
2
so late
0 from
game,
Blue.
then
That
they already
still
think
puts
they're
them in the
fucked.
middle of
What
that
can they do?
bracket, middle
That's
of
why I
that,
feel that such
board,
native
because
regions
they
they
are
shouldn't play
1-1,
late game
so that means they're only
competitions.
1 point.
Control.
So again, I think that's a well-played effort for R8 overall. Definitely better than Impunity.
没
So,
开了两次，
again,
开了两次
well played.
算什么？
Ladies
一两
and
次发了，
gentlemen, we
不
got
是呗
our second winner of the
已经
day
是
when
了
it comes to the bracket. We have
Okay, so
none
I will
other
just
than
cut the
All
interview lah for those
Gaming
that want to watch the
Globals coming
interview
out
because
for
I'm short on
Hong Kong.
time.
China.
You all can go watch them.
Congratulations.
Okay, so usual plugs, fast plug before I end the stream. Those that are here haven't joined, you all know what to do. Join the DreamVox official launch giveaway 7 days. 26 June to 2nd July, we'll be giving out epic skin of your choice. If you win, target of 1,000 subs met, we'll give an extra legend skin on top of the epic skin to winners. And then steps are in the description of the stream. Subscribe, enable notification, share our channel, fill in the Google form, scan app gallery QR, or join the Discord using the command. Scan the DreamVox Telegram community QR or type the link, and we'll notify you on the 8th of July who will win. Yes. Okay, is there anything else in the chat? 现在把我生气，拜拜，跑路，我操你们一个两个。Okay, so Nivin is taking 你支持 Open Series， 我支持 Open Series。Okay, so for those that do not know, I'm actually supporting AG HK because I'm biased to the affiliation with AG China KPL. So yeah, I may be a traitor to see, but AG will probably be my first choice, and then Malaysia will be second or third. So it will be the top three lah. Malaysia, Hong Kong, top three will be shared between Malaysia and Hong Kong. I feel. 对，因为缅甸刚才打得太差了，所以我不支持。So I as much as I used to be affiliated with Impunity Myanmar, I will not be supporting them much this tournament lah. So look forward and come back tomorrow same timing, 2:45 to 6 p.m. Okay, thank you. And I'll now end the stream here so that Devane can take over at 6. Thank you for coming. See you tomorrow.